like mine. I've been one hard, horny brother, and I need more than just my hand to do me the way only a sister can.
The way you're breathing light reminds me of that night God led me down into your rose garden of trust, and I was swept away with nothing left to say. Some helpless fool, man, I was lost in a swan of peace. You're all I need to find. So when it's time to ride, come to me, sweetly, come to me. Come on. Love will be there.
Very few moments, but there are moments.
And he did. He booted out a girl who was decent to look at.
If you don't go too close on that
Not
face.
her. Well, you know what? She was an Hawaiian Tropic model.
Yeah, 20 years ago.
Oh, you think it was 20 years?
Yeah,
I keep wondering, how in the hell could she be in the Hawaiian Tropic?
I don't know.
Somebody's lying.
And he's got to be the dumbest mother effer on the planet.
Have you ever seen More Blank Stares?
I mean, he doesn't even converse with these women.
No, they're doing things and moving around, and he just stands there with his mouth hanging open.
Wow. How could one guy be so stupid?
But it doesn't deter the women. That's the most amazing thing.
Yeah. Well, anyway, you know what? Forget Joe Millionaire. I could care less about that big dummy. I got to talk about what's irritating me today.
All right.
And it's going to take me some time to get it off my chest.
Then we'd better take a break.
My hairy, braless chest needs to be unloaded. How are you, Fred?
Doing great.
Good, man. No one cares.
He's doing great.
Doing great. He is. He's got a daughter now. How old is she now? 15?
Did you miss a lot of years?
3 months? Is it 3 months already?
3 months already.
That's amazing.
God, isn't my contract over yet? His daughter,
3 months.
His daughter 3 months already.
Well, you know when she's 3 years, it's time.
That's right. 3 years old, I'll know.
That's it.
Well, I'm really pissed.
I sure wish I knew what it was about.
I've been wronged.
Oh, then
Is it around here?
I'll tell you when we get back.
All right.
You love it, I'm wrong. I want to be lighthearted about it, but I'm not. And I'm just not.
Well, let me hear what it is.
I'm in a narcissistic rage. All right, we're going to be back right after these words.
Now, don't tell me that, Howie. Listen to me, Howie. You are so sensitive.
Yes, Mom.
And now, the extremely sensitive Howard Stern.
It's a video, and she is sexy as hell in it. The song kind of blows, you know. And there's tons of naked chicks in the video.
Really?
Who are really hot. And she's just about naked. She's in bra and, like, panties and little mini skirts.
So it's sort of like that Pussycat show she does now.
Yeah, it's great. It is the best. So if you go to iFilm.com, they seem to have the video there. I viewed it on a Windows media player, but they got a whole different bunch of things you can
view it on.
I'm going to explode today, I know it. It's going to be spontaneous combustion, but check it out, dude. It is way good. I mean, it's sexy as hell. She is just friggin' sexy. Gary saw her over at Hollywood Squares and said that she hasn't lost a step.
Oh, no, she looks, she's been showing up at some of the award shows lately. She looks gorgeous.
I had always heard she could sing and stuff, but this video shows no evidence.
She can't.
She can't sing, but it doesn't make a difference.
She's so beautiful, people thought she was singing.
Yeah, well, you know what? Like Fred goes, God, that song's horrible. And I said, you know what? I don't think so, because I can't hear it.
See, that was what happened to Prince. He said, I think she can sing.
I think Carmen Electra is gorgeous. And you know what? Having spent some time with her, not a lot, but some time, I think she's a very cool chick. I can't explain the Dennis Rodman years. Or months.
No.
But I cannot explain that. She's explained it to me and said, I was off my rocker.
And that's not a good enough explanation.
Well, it's like I got to know Robin Givens for a while, and I am telling you, that is a very, very nice woman, and I cannot explain how she got with Mike Tyson. I can't.
You see, I look at both of them, and they're there, and they're nice, and you're saying, wow, they're great.
Yeah.
And then you think,
there's something wrong.
Keep it in the back of your mind.
I know.
Because they could go...
I know, because, I hung out with Carmen in Malibu when I went out there with my friend Richie, and we called her up, and she came out and hung out on the beach with us. But, I was sitting there going, God, she's so sweet, and she's not dumb. I swear to you, she's not dumb. I'm not saying she's a rocket scientist,
no,
but...
she's not going to find a cure for anything.
No, but she was talking about her life and talking about, things, and then you get to the Dennis Rodman, and all of a sudden, she goes, I have no explanation. I just don't.
That is a major bump.
Yeah, because they go, well, you must have really hated yourself. She says, it was right after the death of her mother, and she just freaked out, wanted a family, wanted anyone, and reached out. But how do you reach out to that? If
you're looking for something, why do you think Dennis is going to have?
Dennis is so not the family man.
I don't know what category he fits in.
Yeah.
It's funny. When I saw her over at Hollywood Squares, that guy Simon Cowell was in the middle square, and I was on one side, she was on the other side.
Yeah.
So I would hear Simon, we were all talking to each other. So at one point, Simon just leans over to her and he says, oh, you married? And she's, explains who she's married to and everything. And he said something like, first time? And she goes, no, I was married once before. And he goes, to who? Because Simon really doesn't know anything about American culture.
Right.
And he goes, to who? And she goes, oh, you know, just some guy. And I start laughing. And
basketball player.
He says...
A lunatic.
She says Dennis Rodman, and he goes, really? And he goes, how did that, what was that all about? She goes, it was a big mistake. My mother just, that whole rap that you just did. She's like completely always explaining that
he's
away.
Way over the top.
Yeah, it's hard to tell people even who you were married to.
She didn't want to tell him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she's embarrassed. Because she's like in a relationship now. Although, I got to tell you something. I know a little bit about Dave Navarro, and a nice guy and everything, but I think he's a little off his rocker, too.
Well, you look at him and you go, he did heroin.
Yeah. I mean, she just can't.
And now they're talking about having babies. I'm like, oh.
They didn't have furniture yet.
I know.
Well, when I was out there, I was with her and her 2 friends, and even her friend said, well, maybe you should be with Howard. He's like a normal guy. Now, when you start thinking I'm normal, compared to,
compared to a real normal guy.
And I was like,
even know normal.
I was like, yeah, you should be with me.
But you just look at the history. Prince, who's a lunatic.
Right.
Prince found her when she was like a baby.
Right.
Yeah. Well, anyway, watch this video. It's super hot. I mean, I'm not telling you the music's great, but I don't even know if it's great.
Howard, you should play Robin the song.
Let me hear the song without the video.
Without the video.
It's not good. You got to see the video if you're a dude or a les. In fact, actually, Robin, as a straight woman, you could even appreciate her beauty.
I think she's absolutely gorgeous.
Let me see if I can. You know what? It's probably clogged up now because I gave it out.
Oh, yeah. You'll never get on. You left the website?
Well, I'm on the website, but it's jammed up now.
Yeah.
Oh,
well.
Yeah. It was. Before I mentioned it, you could have played this all day.
Nobody was there.
Yeah, no one was home. But, wait, let me try one thing. Maybe I can get, if I go forward, I can get it. I'm sure it's already crashed. Sometimes that'll happen.
Yeah.
If 10 million people go on at one time. Oh, well, yeah, it's completely frozen. iFilm.com. When it unfreezes in 3 days.
You don't remember the song, huh?
That's why the internet sucks. As soon as you say, hey, everybody go to a website, it crashes.
Yeah, if you want to have a group experience on the web, it's still not possible.
Yeah, otherwise I'd have a website. I would do some interesting things with it. But as soon as you say to everyone, hey, you know what, put it on the web right now because I got some naked chick in the studio, it crashes. And no matter how many times people call us and say, we got to figure it out. They don't. They don't have Don't believe them. It sucks. The internet is not where it should be. I thought it would be much further along by now, quite frankly. Look, I'm happy with a high-speed connection at this point. Me too. I mean, it used to be you go on the web, you couldn't even get on. There must be so many people on this website right now that literally my screen is shaking. It's jittery? It's wobbling. Yeah. There's so many people on there. It is going to crash. Yeah. Oh, well. Anyway, so why am I pissed? All right. So, look, I'm going to tell you something, and maybe I sound like a pussy or whatever, but I am in love with my girlfriend. Okay. Good night, everybody. No. I'm in love with her. Okay. And I love being with her. And she went out of town, I guess, last weekend or 2 weekends. I've lost track of time. She left in the middle of the week, over a week ago. Okay. Yeah. So while she's gone, I went to Scores one night, and it made me miss her more. But I was there for a couple hours. I'm totally honest about my life. You know, I try to be anyway. Sunday night, we were off Monday for Martin Luther King Day, so Sunday night, I went out to Nobu, had dinner with 4 guys. Booger, Ralph, Ross, 3 guys. And we had dinner. So after dinner, everyone said to me, you want to go to a club or something? And I said, you know what, I'm starting not to... that was the first night I started not to feel good. And I just went, I don't know what's going on, but I'm not feeling right. I feel like I'm getting a cold. I got to go home. So I'm the dude with the car. I had rented a car for the night. So they said, hey, you want to go to this place, Rehab? Just drop us off. I said, fine, no problem. So the club is called Rehab. I go to the club. I walk in. The joint's empty. Right, because Rehab wasn't happening until... Well, supposedly. I don't know if it ever happens. And quite frankly, I'm pissed off at the place. I'd never go back there again. Oh. Because I know somebody there is just setting me up. Oh, so this is what it's all about. Okay. Yeah. So I go to the club, and quite frankly, it's empty. I mean, not a person in it except for the people who work there and us. The owner comes over, very gracious. Every 2 seconds is dropping the name.
He was the one who sent the girls, right?
Yeah, well, every 2 seconds dropping the name Jim Carrey. And I'm like, Jim Carrey. He said, Jim Carrey. I go, great, Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey's coming, Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey must be in town shooting a movie or something. And
yeah, and this guy's his social director?
Every minute, Jim Carrey. I go, well, you know, great. So I sit down, and the guy was really concerned that I was there and nobody was there. So what he does is, and very nicely, sends over a couple of bottles of booze. A bottle of champagne, bottle of vodka, bottle of this, bottle of that. At this point, my throat's starting to hurt. I'm not drinking. Everyone's saying to me, come on, let's have some drinks. I go, you know something, I'm starting to get a cold, and I'm going to go home. With that, the owner, very nicely, sends over, I'd say about 3 women who work there, waitresses, who are dressed scantily clad waitresses, who wear almost like little mini skirts and bra tops. Sends them over to the table, telling them to be nice to us. Because I said to them, how come you girls are sitting with us? Don't you have to work? They said, you know, we're supposed to be nice to you guys. I said, great. Be nice to us. These are my friends. I introduced everyone. They said, why don't you hang out? I said, I'm not feeling well. I'm going to be splitting. With that, Carson Daly walks in. Okay? The guy from MTV. And I met him 2 nights ago. So I say, hey, Carson, how you doing? We're talking for, 10 minutes maybe. We're talking to these chicks for 5 minutes. And I leave. I was there a total of, 25 minutes, I'd say, if you're going to, ask me for an estimate. 25 minutes I'm there, and I leave. And it actually made me think about how much I miss my girlfriend. I was like, geez, I'm so glad I'm not into this club thing and having to pick up some chicks or whatever. This is a good deal. And I go home. That's it. Okay, today I open up the newspaper, and this is just a friggin' lie. Okay, this is just a lie. And I know, you're going to say, who cares? But I care because, A, my daughters have to read this crap. Like I'm some sort of weirdo.
What did you do in
Desperate
the paper?
douche. All right. Let me read it to you. It's on page 6, but it's from an item written by somebody named Jeanette Walls, who I've never heard of.
I've heard that name.
Jeanette Walls from MSNBC.com. Can you imagine? From MSNBC.com. She's not even on MSNBC. She's on MSNBC.com. She's a total, I want to say the C word, because you know what? I want her to prove to me where she got this from. In the Battle of the Bachelors, Howard Stern above, and you should see the picture. I look like a goddamn freak.
Oh, dear. Everything's wrong with this story, huh?
Howard Stern beats Carson Daly. At rehab the other night, they were sitting at adjoining booths. There were no adjoining booths. In the VIP room. There was no VIP room. I was sitting in the main room. Every sentence is wrong. Competing to see who could get the cutest girls to join their table. A witness tells MSNBC.com. A, there were no girls at the club when I was there. 3 women, 3 waitresses who worked there came over. I never said, imagine how lame I am.
Why don't you start calling in your own story?
Yeah, but I thought I did. I talked about being at the club, and quite frankly, I was a little bit nice. I didn't want to talk about it.
You were great. You had everybody thinking rehab was the place to go.
The place was a dud. And they ought to get out of the habit of just press releasing everything. They really should.
Well, they're trying to stay in business.
Yeah, well, you know what? Keep trying to stay in business, because you know what? I'm not going back there. And one of the things they need is people to show up.
Well, maybe Jim Carrey will show up.
I hope he does. So picture what this woman's describing. I'm sitting at a booth. Carson Daly's sitting at an adjoining booth.
Adjoining, yes.
And we're now setting up a battle between the 2 of us to see who can get more women.
Sounds like a wonderful night.
Now, there were no women in the club, so that's going to be a tough one. You know what I mean?
Right.
All right. Daly kicked it off by ordering a bottle of tequila and setting up shots. The whole time I was there, I didn't see the guy do anything like that.
Okay. So even what they write about Carson is wrong.
Yeah, from what I saw, maybe he did it when I left, but this is describing me and him. But Stern upped the ante with a magnum of champagne. I didn't order any magnum of champagne. I didn't lay out a dime. I don't know what they're talking about.
Offering glasses to the hottest women.
Offering glasses to the hottest women. Stern, who was without gal pal Beth Ostrowski, was way ahead, Walls reports. So they have me beating Carson Daly with the women. There is not one scintilla of truth.
Well, you know, they didn't say you shot anybody.
No, I know, but you want to know something?
Anybody or went home with anybody.
My girlfriend opens up the newspaper this morning. I know she's reading it, and listen, she saw the article. Remember the last article, how I bought a car for a stripper?
Yes.
In page 6?
And
she knows these are wrong. She even said to me, I know these are wrong, but you know what? My daughters read this and think I'm the totalest, biggest tool on the planet.
They don't know it's wrong. They don't know that Daddy wouldn't buy anybody a car.
No,
he has bought them a car.
And they don't know, exactly, and they don't know that I wasn't at rehab trying to pick up chicks all. And they're going to read it.
They don't know you.
Well, they do know me, but you know, when you read stuff in the paper, you go, hey, maybe my father has a secret life. I don't know. Maybe my father's a total tool, goes to clubs and competes with Carson Daly to see how many women he can get to walk over to his table. And I want this retracted. It's just not true.
Good luck.
Who is Jeanette Walls to wreck my friggin' life?
You don't even know who Jeanette Walls is.
And let her come on and tell me who her sources. I mean, it's got me crazy.
Well, there are worse problems in the world.
And so when I woke, I said to Beth, listen, you know this isn't true. She was like, I know, but she didn't look like she knew. You know what I mean? I tell you, I'm out of my mind over it. I don't mind if it's true.
You know, the unfortunate thing is, you know, it's hard for me to have sympathy for you when you enjoy it so much reading about everybody else.
Yes, that's what Beth said to me. She goes, we read this stuff every day and love it.
Yes, whether it's true or not.
I know. Hey, Jamie, you're on the air.
Yeah, you pissed off because your girl found out, or you pissed off because this place really sucks?
I'm pissed off for 3 reasons. I'm pissed off because my girlfriend has to read that, because, you know what, it kind of basically says, as soon as I leave town, you're out trying to get laid. Secondly, I got 3 daughters whose friends all read it, and then they think, oh, my God, my dad is a tool. And I don't care what you tell me. I've been through this. People believe what they read in the paper. I believe what I read in the paper.
You believe what you read about Carson Daly.
I do. I believe about Tara Reid. I believe about everyone. And I got to tell you something. My daughters, you know, look at what that article says. I go to clubs and have contests with Carson Daly to see how many girls I can get over to my table, and I have to lure them there with champagne. What a lame-o I am. Right. I'm like the lamest, biggest pussy on the... And Carson Daly's lame.
I understand about your daughter thing, but I don't know. I don't think you should really worry about that. I mean,
well, you know what?
2 years, and if anybody could put up with you for 2 years, I don't think you have anything to worry about.
Well, it's just maddening to me. And you know what? I like going out with my friends, but it just pisses... I know. Yeah, I know. Everyone's going to tell me I'm a jerk, but... Hey, Chauncey, you're on the air.
Hey, Howard. I listened to what you just said about page 6, the article. I got to be honest. It doesn't sound that bad.
No, you know what? It is bad. It's bad for me because I saw the look on my girlfriend's face. It's just this, you know what? She's got to put up...
I think these things, but...
She's got to put up with, you know, her mother calling her and her friends calling her and all this. You go, hey, Howard's out picking up chicks the second you leave.
One thing I think you have to know, Howard, you're one of the biggest stars right now in America. You go to a club...
What, so that entitles them to lie about me?
But you know what? It sounds like they embellish. It doesn't sound like they said you went home with anyone. You didn't kiss anyone. It really is the colorful way of saying you were hanging out with some women.
But I wasn't.
Well,
the waitresses came over and served us drinks and sat down and started talking to us. I mean, it's a total lie. I didn't sit there and try to attract women with champagne. I don't know, man.
Every time you go to a club,
I don't like it.
Howard, you won't agree with this, but the way to avoid it, don't go to a club.
Okay, so in other words, I'm not allowed to go out because they can write whatever they want. If I go out with some friends, they can write whatever they want about me.
When you're a big star, unfortunately.
You know, Chauncey does this all the time.
Well, yeah, you're getting it from the horse's mouth, basically. This is how they figure. They can just sort of jazz up a story.
Oh, no, it's true. People want to see the name Howard Stern in print. It's exciting. When you see the name Howard Stern, you want to read what it says.
Let me ask you something. How does a thing like that happen, though? Like, the club releases that, right?
If nobody was there, it was definitely the club. Or one of the waitresses. See, page 6 doesn't pay for stories. If
no,
it's
page
Wire,
6...
it could be anybody because people want to make money.
It's off the wire. Because Freddie sent me this article yesterday.
Yeah, but he's talking about whether a waitress was a source.
Who called it in?
A club owner was a source.
It sounds like it was definitely the club that called it in.
Yeah, I know it's the club because they keep...
Yeah, I don't think a waitress could make up that stuff.
Yeah, I don't think a waitress is really in the business of doing public relations. And rehab ought to get their crap together, man. It's a total freaking lie.
But was there really nobody there?
I swear to you, it was empty. We were the only people sitting at a table. The place was empty. There were no civilians there. There were no regular people there. It was just people who worked there.
But I'll be honest, Howard, it doesn't sound that slanderous. It sounds hurtful to you.
It's hurtful. I didn't say it, but it is. It's not slanderous. It didn't cause me any damages except I got to go look at my daughters and have them think that I'm such a tool that I'm now hanging with Carson Daly trying to pick up chicks by bribing women with champagne. Come on. You don't even have kids. You don't even know what that's like to be painted to be a tool like that.
But I don't think you came across that way in the article. I mean...
You're insane.
You're not his daughter.
You're insane.
Page 6, if you read it and take it serious like that...
Yeah, you don't.
Not only that, usually when people read something, they embellish it. So when it gets back to his daughter, it's like, wow, your dad was, God knows what they think he did.
Yeah.
I can't believe that you don't think that that's a bad thing.
I think it's admirable in your
read the article, Howard. I don't think, knowing how Gossip Page is right, and the perception of them, I don't see it. If they said more, if they said that you lifted a girl's shirt up, or you were sloppy drunk.
Should I have been upset when they wrote that I bought a stripper a car?
Yeah, that I would sue for. If it wasn't
sue, I can't. Who am I going to sue?
The guy died.
Yeah, I mean,
That's how he got out of it. Remember Neil Travis?
Yeah,
Neil Travis
was a lot worse. That to me was a hell of a lot worse than...
Neil Travis died, so he wouldn't be sued by me. Oh, man. I don't know. It makes it...
Did you ever meet Jeanette Walls?
No. She a pig?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it makes you feel better.
And what a good job. MSNBC.com. What could that pay?
Well, Chauncey works for Steppin' Out.
That's right. I'm thinking Steppin' Out's better than MSNBC.com.
No, that's a race that I wouldn't want to be in.
Really?
Well, you at least know if I write it, it's true.
Okay.
Yeah, all right.
Anyway, Howard, don't feel bad. It's really not that bad.
Okay,
You're
Chauncey.
not getting the implication. It's not that bad to him. He's saying there's questions in his life.
Yeah, I don't care.
They should be used to this by now. I mean, they're
not used to it. That's what I'm telling you. Nobody's used to this. You know what?
I know Father's Beth. I know she's sensitive to it.
Any woman would be. She leaves town for a few days, and then I'm in the newspaper picking up girls in a club? What, are you kidding me?
But Howard,
I'm a boyfriend.
All these years, don't you know if you go to a club and if a girl...
No, I don't know that. I don't know that. If a waitress comes over and serves me a drink, that means that I'm trying to pick her up and that I'm having a contest with Carson Daly? No, I don't know that.
You're more media savvy than that.
Okay, thank you. I don't want to talk to him. I don't like him. I never liked him.
You definitely don't like him now.
It makes me look like a desperate sleazebag. And I am, but I don't want to look that way.
Well, a guy who... Never mind. It's none of my business.
Then what? I'm guilty for going to a club.
No, I didn't say that. But that's what people go to clubs for.
Yeah. Well, okay. I wasn't going to pick up any chicks, but call me
nice. That's
nice.
where you go to do it. That's what they're there for.
Yeah.
It's not they don't open clubs so guys can hang out with each other.
Well, that's what we did.
Well, because you guys are homos. It's not why they open.
We're not homos. There were no girls there. Ryan, you're on the air.
Yo, you want some cheese with that wine, bro?
See, here we go.
Come on, man.
Am I not allowed to be pissed about this, seriously? I'll drop it if I'm not allowed to be pissed. I don't understand how you could... I don't understand how you wouldn't be pissed about that. You married, dude?
No.
You got a girlfriend?
Yeah.
All right, so one of your friends spread a rumor to your girlfriend and said, hey, listen, Mike went out, Ryan went out and, he went to a club and he was having a contest to see how many chicks he could pick up. And he was bribing them all with champagne and stuff while you were out of town. That wouldn't wreck your life? All right. Then hello?
Did he answer?
No.
Hello? Where are you?
Ryan?
Yeah.
Did you hear what I said?
Yeah, just throw an obstacle into it.
I don't know what he said.
I think he said it would throw an obstacle into it.
Yeah.
Right.
Of course it would.
But, you know what I mean, to sit on the radio for half an hour with it.
All right, you know what? I won't talk about it, okay?
What are you going to do in 3 years when you go into the same club with your daughter's at?
Get out of here.
What?
I don't know. I can't have a rational discussion with anyone but you. Nicole, you're on the air.
Hi, Howard. You know what? You're crazy. Go with it. Go. Who cares what these people think about you?
I care what my daughters think about me. I care what my girlfriend thinks.
You know what, Howard? You're in the business. That's what it's all about.
Okay. Thank you. And you're not in the business? What business are you in?
Hospitality.
Hospitality business.
Oh, then you call these people and put these stories.
Oh, yeah.
No, all I'm saying is, you know what? You're in the business. What are you going to do? You're going to read about this stuff.
Yeah, okay. You know, I should understand that people lie. Jeanette Walls is such a crab. She has to lie about me to make a living.
She doesn't know it's a lie. She got a...
Oh, that's right.
Who called her and said, this is what happened.
Who knows?
Well, she wasn't there to make it up.
Who knows?
She's a waitress in the meantime.
King of all blacks, go ahead.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, man.
Oh,
I got to be honest with you. I understand, but you know what you got to do? There's only one solution. You have to, you're going to have to get married to her, man.
Why? I don't want to be married. What does that got to do with anything?
What in the world are you talking about?
No, because I'm trying to tell you, you're going to have to settle down. And you're going to have to, because I'm going to tell you.
Dude, if I was married and my...
still have been out.
Yeah, and I go out, my wife reads that, then it's even worse.
No, but I'm going to tell you what's going to happen after a while. After a while, I hope it doesn't, because you don't deserve that. You're a nice guy, and when you go out, you kind of, maybe you're too friendly or whatever. But I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. After a while, Beth is going to, she's not going to like that, your name in the paper all the time, and she's going to want somebody regular, like. And you have to turn yourself into a regular person by getting married.
Oh, please, you are out of your friggin'
listening to him?
Garbage man mind. Why am I listening
Would
to him?
he know anything?
No. I want to meet the brave man out there that doesn't know what I'm talking about. Come on.
But let me ask you one other thing. Do you like being famous?
Sure. I mean, it's fine with me. I don't mind it at all. I like meeting people. I like saying hi to people on the street. I have no problem with it.
You like being famous?
Sure. Has its advantages.
And it has, everything that has its advantages has a downside.
I'm just saying, don't make up stuff about me.
And I'm saying they're always going to make up stuff about you.
No. Cabby, you're on the air.
Your first mistake was hanging with Carson Daly. The guy's a known womanizer.
By the way, he came into the club. What are you talking about? I wasn't even. I was saying hello to the guy.
I know, but then you started hanging out with him, right?
No,
Am I right?
No.
Yeah, you're hanging out. You're having a couple cocktails.
I didn't have any cocktails.
Carson wants to be next to Howard. Carson's a big fan of Howard.
But none of this is none of this has any reality. Carson wasn't even hanging out with me. He was sitting there. He was talking to Booger. I went over and said hi to the guys for 5 minutes and said, I'm leaving. I got to go to bed. I don't feel well. That was it.
So put a story together. Oh, there's Howard.
You're just jealous because I wasn't hanging with you. Cabby wants to hang with me in the worst way.
Here we go.
Even be in the paper if you were hanging with Cabby.
Right. If I was hanging with Cabby, we'd be at some rehab meeting. I wouldn't be at rehab the club.
But see, I don't need to hang with celebrities to make myself feel good.
I just told you I wasn't hanging with the guy.
What I'm telling you is just hang out with normal people.
I was hanging out with normal people. I was with Ralph. You can't get it. Well, he's below normal. I'm not hanging out with any superstars, my friend. If Booger is a superstar, then, you know.
Well, Booger is an E.T. correspondent.
Was the chick hot?
There were 3 waitresses that were marginally good-looking. I mean, not even somebody you'd freak out over.
You know what probably the worst part of it all is besides the daughter, of course, the daughter portion of it that's going to hurt your daughters, is the relationship part of it for you, huh?
Yeah.
It's going to hurt your girlfriend, because, like, I know I'd be crushed if my girlfriend was hurt.
Well, yeah, of course. That's what I'm talking about. Why are you laughing about that?
You can't put yourself in stupid situations, you know?
Oh, listen to him. Listen to him.
This is a crack addict talking.
But you can't put yourself...
That's not it. I don't consider going with my buddies to an empty club a stupid situation.
Well, but if you're starting to talk to hot chicks...
I don't think they were even hot. They were 3 waitresses who came over to the table to deliver some drinks.
Right, but you said they were marginally hot, and those 3 waitresses.
Well, they work at a club.
Wait, those three waitresses saw Howard Stern, Carson Daly, and Booker.
But the point is, I still didn't do what they said I did in the newspaper, so I didn't have a contest.
Right. Howard Stern came and left. They're never going to write
How did I have a contest to pick up chicks when there were no chicks?
Robin said it perfect. They're going to write things about you, even if it's...
You know, I can't stand him.
Yeah, but you've got to realize if they need to get publicity and they want to use your name, they've got to have a story.
Yeah, but what I'm telling you is that the club made up a story about me.
That's what I'm saying. They can't write Howard was here and left.
Well,
because nothing was going on.
Right, that's right. So they made up a story, but now I got to deal with the repercussions. And it sucks. And Jeanette Walls sucks. Because you know what? I'm going to make up a story about Jeanette Walls that she, you know,
where are you going to get it published?
Perform fellatio on a cow and see if she likes it. You know.
You'd have to call her to get that printed.
Yeah, well, you know what? I'm dropping this because nobody understands.
We understand, but in the scheme of things, it's not... The car thing was horrible. This can be explained.
Yeah. Well, why don't you explain it then?
You're going to have to spend all day explaining it.
Yeah, I don't want to explain it. And like, do I bring it up to my kids or go, hey, you know, there was this thing in the paper about me having a contest with Carson Daly, see how many chicks we can pick up at a club. It's not true.
Yes, that's what you should do.
I should?
Yes, so they can be on the offensive when their friends call.
Yeah. You see what I got to deal with this? It's embarrassing. And Jeanette Walls sucks my minuscule tool. My left nut.
What it sounds like to me is absolutely nothing went on in that club that night.
Nothing.
And they need to get people to come there.
That's their end of it. Yeah. But don't use me, because you know what? I'm going to call you on it.
But that's exactly what's going on. They have nothing going on. Rehab is dead. Because if something was going on, they wouldn't need to make up a story.
Gary, get Beth on the phone. You explain it to her.
Oh, my God.
Are you being serious?
Yes.
You want me to call her now?
She's over at my place, though.
Will she pick up?
Probably won't even hear the phone ring. Does you have her cell number?
Yeah, I'll call her on the cell.
All right. Get the kids on the phone.
Get everybody. Have a group.
Let Robin explain to everyone. I don't want to have to deal with this all day. Well, get Carson Daly to call.
Oh, I would like to hear his side of it. If he calls and says, yeah, we're doing tequila shots and...
Sure, interview him. I want to know what he has to say about this.
What was he up to that night?
Makes him look like a dickhead, too.
Let's find out what's really going on at rehab.
All right. Hold on. Hey, get Carson Daly on the phone.
And where are all your buddies to verify that you just got up and left?
They're all asleep. They're probably at rehab last night. Ay.
With Beth, we're just getting a message, and we're trying to see if we have Carson's phone number.
All right.
But you got Ralph. Wake him up.
Wake Ralph's ass out of bed. See, you could interview him, too. I'll keep quiet. Get Carmen Electra on the phone also.
Was she there?
No. Just get her on the phone. I saw that video on iFilm.com. Oh, my God, that is hot.
Is she trying to bury that video? She didn't want people to see that, huh? I
don't think she's burying it. Hello?
Gary.
Howard.
I'm looking for Howard.
Yeah, this is Howard. How you doing, man?
Hey, Howard.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? I was going to just call up and say you're a fag, but, you know, if you weren't out buying strippers' cars and everything, you know, I mean, come on, Howard.
Yeah, because I'm the lamest guy in the... Oh, Linda Lopez is on the phone, but I don't know what she could...
Howard?
Yeah.
That's on line 4.
Oh, good. Honey.
Yes?
I'm just freaking out over this story.
Oh, honey, get over it.
Beth already saw it.
Yeah, Beth saw it.
Oh, okay.
And Beth doesn't like to see that stuff because she's got a...
Of course not.
I'm on a rampage.
Even she's telling you to get over it.
I go out of town for a few days, and look what I read in the paper.
See what I mean?
Well, there you go.
Listen, I'm in love with this woman.
Oh, honey.
You know I am. I told you that.
Honey, release it. Who cares?
Well, I do.
Release it. I don't care.
Linda Lopez is on the phone.
Who is?
Linda Lopez.
Oh, Linda. Oh, great, because Chris was with you.
Yeah.
Let's get Linda on.
Well, I just want you to know that did not go on.
Okay, baby.
And I am going to find out who this ugly slob Jeanette Walls is.
Oh.
Who wants to wreck my life. And
How does she know she's wrecking your life?
How does she know?
Yes.
Because she's making up a lie.
She didn't make it up.
She didn't get confirmation from me.
Oh.
All right?
You need confirmation on this.
I was in the club 20 minutes. They brought over free drinks.
Now you were in 20 minutes. You said 5. See how the story
No, 20 minutes. I said that from the beginning. And they brought over
you were under police interrogation.
They brought over free drinks with 3 waitresses who were scantily clad, marginally good looking, who sat there and went, "We are sent over here to talk to you." I said, "Oh, that's very nice. Here's my friends." And I left. And Carson Daly was there. I spoke to him for about 5 minutes. And Carson Daly wasn't even, as much as of a goofball as he is, he wasn't having a contest to see how many women we could pick up.
Who would have had the contest with? You left.
How lame. Imagine I'm that lame.
It sounds like something Ross would do.
Yeah, well, even Ross wasn't even that bad.
Well, you don't know what happened after you left.
I do know what happened after I left. And let me tell you something. It wasn't pretty, but I had nothing to do with it.
What happened?
I don't know.
See, there is a story, but you're just not in it.
There's a story probably, but I wasn't there for it because I went home and I was feeling sick. I just want you to know that.
Honey, nothing will break up our love. Not even a silly item in the paper.
Thank you, my sweet.
All right, baby.
Goodbye.
Bye.
That's it. See? See what I got to do? See? I shouldn't even have to explain myself.
You didn't, apparently.
Hey, Linda.
Hey, sweetie.
How you doing, baby?
You already talked to Beth, but I was calling to stick up for you.
Thank you.
Because I was in L.A., too. The same time that Beth was.
Yes.
Look at what happens when you girls leave.
Yeah, I was out of town. Melissa was out of town. Beth was out of town. It was very convenient.
Right.
But, no, when I spoke to Booker that night, he told me, totally unprompted, of maybe 20 or 25 minutes, and then you were out of there.
Right. I was.
And so I just wanted to throw that out there in case anyone was doubting you.
Tell your beautiful mother, Guadalupe, that it's not true also. I don't want her to think that of me.
Well, she already thinks that of you.
Congratulations to Chris, who is now a permanent E.T. correspondent.
Wow.
I'm so proud of him.
Yes, Booger is on his way up the ladder. Before you know it, he might be on Access Hollywood.
Did you see the new promotion
Hey,
they're
now.
doing?
No, what is the new promotion?
They're doing a new promotion on ET. It has to do with Friends.
Oh, the Friends opening?
So they shot the Friends opening only with all the ET people, and Chris Booker's there. You know the Friends opening where they're all dancing around the Fountain of War? So Chris Booker's dancing like...
He told me he felt like a total jerk doing that.
Oh, it's funny.
He said it was really bad.
And then it says Chris Booker under his name, and they freeze frame him.
Right. Well.
Yeah, and that same writing that they have in the Friends opening, they do all their names, and they're all dancing and opening the umbrellas and stuff.
Oh, dear.
Linda's career's taken off. We got like 10 jobs now?
Yeah, I think I'm up to like 13.
You know, everyone talks about Jennifer Lopez, your sister, but you're really taking show business by storm.
Oh, stop.
Look at you.
Talk more about Chris.
Talk more about
No,
Booger.
but seriously, because, he'll go out, he'll stay out till 3 o'clock in the morning. I'll get the phone call at 4 a.m.,
In fact, those guys were goofing on me because I left so early and I was being a big
He
pussy.
was goofing on you, and I know that they're, we're strippers, whatever. Beth and I and Melissa know how you guys are. But it was cool. He said that you left really early and that you had talked to Beth long ago. And
Right. Well,
you even were saying that you just wanted to get home and you missed her.
that's it. That was the truth.
Which is, of course, the boyfriend eyes version of what happened that night. That's the version I get on the phone. But
Call Beth and tell her that, please.
I will.
Thank you, Linda.
You're welcome, baby.
Lovely girl, Linda Lopez. Lovely. Beautiful. Beautiful girl. Adam.
Yeah.
What have you must be incensed by hearing all this.
This is an outrage.
You see, all right, I'm over it now. I'm not bringing it up anymore.
How dare they, whoever they are.
I don't want to be lied about. You know what? I'm sorry. I don't want to look like a tool. I might be lame, but I'm not that lame.
Something then. If there weren't kids in your life, would this bother you so much?
No.
All right.
I wouldn't care. I mean, I would bring it up to you and say, hey, that didn't even happen. But my daughters, you know, they don't want to read that crap that I'm in a bar with Carson Daly trying to see how many chicks I can pick up. That's gross. That's total loser written all over it.
But isn't this a blessing in disguise in the sense that, well, here's how, because you convince your kids that everything that is written about you is a lie, and then when the true stuff comes out,
you say it's a lie.
Tell them that's a lie.
Yeah.
Just another one of the mean things that the Wall Street Journal wrote about Daddy.
Yeah. Nah, it doesn't work that way.
Really?
No.
I think you could sell that.
I don't care anymore. It's just something that I got to deal with. And I don't want to deal with it. With my daughters, I mean.
Yeah, but, you know, there are lots of things you have to deal with in life that you don't want to deal with.
Right.
Hey, Howard.
Hey, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, you know. I'm feeling good.
Why is he in all the promos?
I don't know.
Every promo I see Adam is in it.
Wait, you mean, what, for Jimmy's show?
Yeah.
Well, that was just during the Super Bowl.
No, last night I saw one where you were pretending to be Snoop Dogg.
Oh, really?
Maybe that was Snoop Dogg.
No,
that could have been him.
That
Skinny
was
black guy? That wasn't me.
Yeah.
I got to start watching that show.
All right, I got to take a break. I'm going to drop this now.
Yeah, let's put it behind us and...
come on.
Because we didn't do anything. We're talking to the wrong people.
I can't believe that no one understands why I'd be upset by this.
Everybody understands, but what can we do?
Yeah, we don't care. I mean,
you can listen to me because I'm on the radio and I can get the word out. Michelle, what's up?
Hi, Howard. My name's Michelle. I think that you are completely right for being upset. You have every reason to be upset. I understand what you think about for your kids to hear this from, and what if they don't read it in the paper? What if they just hear it from a friend and... You know how the telephone rumor thing gets going around.
Right.
Well, that's why I told him to talk to them first.
By the way, you sound very intelligent.
What if he doesn't get a chance to? What if some friend comes up and says, I hear your dad was in rehab?
Right.
You know?
He should have called him early this morning.
What are you wearing? That's even more important. What are you wearing right now?
Yeah, he's not a tool.
Yeah, I'm not a tool. What are you wearing?
I know.
How big are your breasts? Do you do anal?
They're very big. I tried anal, but...
You totally shaved?
No, I have a little airline strip.
How old are you?
25.
Well,
How much champagne to pick you up?
Yeah, you sound pretty hot, actually.
What happened with anal? What went wrong with anal?
No, nothing went wrong. It's just there has to be a lot of lubrication there.
Yeah, so Robin says if you get her hot enough, she'll just give it up.
Yeah.
But there's only been like 2 guys who ever got her hot enough to do it. Right, Robin? You didn't even use lube. Robin didn't even use lube.
See, I couldn't do that. There's no way.
No, she's a little bit more of a woman than you. More giving. More open.
Yeah. But I think that you shouldn't drop the situation. You should totally call up this fat woman at this whatever.com.
MSNBC.com.
Yeah. And somebody from the club called her and said, because obviously there was no one at the club, called her up at the news station and wanted to talk to anybody because they wanted to say, oh, my God, Howard Stern was here.
Meanwhile, I was there for 20 minutes because the place was lame and I was sick.
Yeah, but they want business.
That's right.
Yeah.
How much is a lot of lube, by the way?
Are you hot? You really do sound hot.
I'm hot.
How do you know that? Like, what do you do for a living?
I dance.
Oh, you're a stripper?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
So you know how these things start.
Oh, I completely know how everything...
Does this girl sound hot or what?
Yeah. She almost sounds too hot.
What do you look like?
I'm 5'7". I weigh about 115. I have long black hair.
I'm going to crawl back into bed.
Can you email us a picture?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Where do you dance?
At Deja Vu.
Where's that?
It's in Ohio.
Oh, you got to get up to New York, honey.
What part of Ohio are you in?
Central Ohio?
No, Cincinnati area.
What kind of tipping goes on in Ohio? Like you get bottle caps and udder bombs?
Probably nothing nearly as good as New York.
Yeah.
So you're wait a second. You're 5'7", you weigh 115 pounds.
Yeah.
Long black hair. What cup size?
Right now I'm probably a 34D.
Right now, when is it expected to change?
Next time she goes to her doctor. 34D.
It fluctuates. You know?
Are your boobs good? Like you don't feel the implant?
They're so good. They're the best boobs.
Wow.
My nipples are really long.
Really? I like the areola part,
every guy
too.
loves my nipples.
I love them already. I haven't even seen them. You have nice feet?
My feet are beautiful. I take very, very well care of them. A lot of care goes into my feet.
Really? Do you care about that, Howard?
I love Adam's nipples. What do I care about? What the feet?
Feet.
Yeah, I'm sure. Why not?
That's an important thing.
See, I just look at that. That is just a stand for the boobs. It's just a way to hold the boobs up.
I just like when chicks wear really hot shoes, you know, and...
Yeah.
You know.
And it shows that a girl takes very well care of herself.
That's right.
Yeah, I like those chicks who keep very well care of themselves.
Very well care.
Very, very much good care.
Very much
She's
good care.
speaking stripper now. You stop that.
I like taking very much good care.
Well.
Oy vey.
It was great until then, right?
No, she's great. I don't care. What are you wearing right now?
Right now, I have on a pair of jeans and a pajama little tank top.
Pajama tank top. Where do you get that?
Just at, actually, I got this one at Kadzooks.
And what do you do? Like, you lay around all day till you go to the strip club?
Yeah.
Why are you up?
That's exactly what I do.
What do you do, a lot of X?
No, I don't do anything, really.
But why is she up right now? Do you just stay up all night?
No, I didn't work last night, and I got up early this morning because I have to listen to Howard.
Oh.
Are you a little whore?
No, not at all.
Got a boyfriend?
Nope. I guess I do.
But you're into chicks.
I can't say no.
You're into chicks, aren't you?
Well, I have a boyfriend, and I guess you could say I'm bi-curious.
Right. All strippers do gay stuff. Hey, do you ever, do any of the clients?
The clients?
You know, the guys at
Never.
Never?
God, if you really knew what strippers thought about the people who come in the club, you'd never go to a strip club.
Don't do that.
Yeah, don't ruin that. Are we really that bad?
The girls that dance, they see the absolute worst in men. They don't see what their wives or the girlfriends see. They see their absolute worst side.
So you don't really get aroused in the club or anything?
Not at all.
Right.
Well, what about
But of
really
course I tell the guys I do.
What about really handsome guys like me and Adam?
Yeah, like a couple of strangers blow into town. They got that
Yeah,
big
they don't
nappy
all
hair.
the time go to the
Howard, if you came in, I'd have you in the VIP room all night long by yourself. I wouldn't let anyone else in.
Sweetheart.
She still think badly of you.
Yeah.
What about his buddy Adam from Basic Cable?
I don't know him.
I don't think that's happening. Well, all right.
I want to say you have every right to completely blow this out of any proportion that you want to blow it out of.
Want to come down to New York and see if we can't get you a job at Scores?
Definitely.
Why don't you come in here? We can evaluate
We could evaluate you for
I've always wanted to come in and do the Playboy evaluation.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Can you come in tomorrow? How fast can you get here from Cincinnati?
I don't know. How long of a drive is it?
All right, hold on.
It's a long drive.
Oh, no, we'll get you. We got to
8
fly
hours.
in. We're flying you in special.
Okay.
All right, hold on.
All right.
Man.
She had a good voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's
Takes
hot.
care of that voice well.
I could tell she was hot.
Yeah. And she took good care of her feet, which is such a plus.
Tomorrow on page 6, Howard flies in stripper from Cincinnati.
Right, and it'll be absolutely true.
That's true. You can print
fool.
that. You can print that.
But again, your daughters won't know.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Rob, go ahead real quick.
Howard.
Yeah.
Good morning to you. Good morning to you, Robin. How you doing? This is Robin calling you from Florida. Howard, I agree with you 100% that you should be completely pissed off of what's going on. Just out of curiosity, was it a gentleman who said this to this lady? Or
Oh, no. I don't know. I have no clue. I don't know who.
Because I myself, truthfully speaking, if this is true, I can tell you one thing probably. This guy's completely jealous of me.
That's right. Thank you. Sydney, you're on the air. Sydney?
Hello?
Yeah, hi, Sydney. You're on the air.
Yeah, thanks. Listen, I was over there the other day when you were over there. I don't even think it was that big of a deal. I was just walking in right behind Carson Daly. And listen, believe me when I tell you, if you're a coal miner standing out on the street trying to get in the Rehab, Pangea, below, it doesn't matter what club, and you couldn't get in, then you'd have something to worry about. You're a celebrity, embrace it, love it, go with it. Forget about it.
But I didn't do anything. All right, but I'm just saying you don't print stuff that I did that I didn't do.
Well, yes, they do. They do.
That is definitely wrong. You don't print things that you didn't do, but you know what? What are you going to do? You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things in this world that are printed that aren't true.
If you walked in behind Carson Daly, if you walked in behind Carson,
everybody wants to have your name on something.
If you walked in behind Carson Daly, then you know I was leaving right after he came in.
Yeah, you were leaving. You were walking right out the place.
That's right.
And then you got this your hair designer. What's that kid's name?
Ralph.
Sitting over there hanging out.
Right.
Come on. What are you going to do?
All right. Thank you.
All right, Howard.
They were probably pissed that you left him with Ralph.
I bet you they were. That would have been a good story, too. Howard came in and dumped Ralph in there.
When this guy's parents named him Sidney, do you think they had this in mind? This voice in mind? This guy in mind?
All right, listen, I don't know. I got to take a break. I got to take a break, Adam.
Yeah, listen, I'm exhausted.
All right, you go to sleep. I got to take a break. We'll be back right. I know there's a lot of people still on the phone, but I'm going to move along now. You take a nap.
Yeah.
And we'll be back.
Let's do a good show today. Come on, buddy.
Easy for you to say. All right, we're going to take a break, and we'll come back right after these words.
Peace, love, and Howard Stern with Elaine Boozler.
Hey, Elaine.
He's going to
you don't want to come on my show?
Elaine Boozler.
Elaine, you don't want to be on the Howard Stern show? What's the matter? It's a horrible show, isn't it, huh? Yeah, you're so funny.
Face. What? Does your face.
Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Take a seat.
What in the world is... All right, take it easy.
All right, everybody, calm down.
Hey, easy. What is this? What's with this guy? You all right? You know who he is? No, I'm okay.
He's me, and he has taste.
It's not a matter of taste. It's hit somebody in the face. Right. I hope you had a good lawyer for hitting people. That's a song. We didn't hit anybody. You hit us first. We didn't hit anybody. Yeah, we'll see you in a lawsuit. You unfunny piece of shit. Hey, easy. What's going on?
Is there anything? Where is McGann now?
Who is this guy? What is this guy? Is he in court?
Thanks, Elaine Boozler, from your friends at the Howard Stern Show. You're listening to the Howard Stern Show.
Hey, this is Norm Macdonald. You know, when I'm not bombing on stages at colleges or getting bombed on stages at colleges, I listen to the man who drops the biggest and smelliest ass bombs in all of show business. That's right, Howard Stern. And now, live from New York, it's the Howard Stern Show.
Hey-o. Thank you, brother. Adam Carolla joining us again today. Artie in Vegas.
He's globe-trotting.
Very much the man about town.
A jet-setter.
All right, a couple of things. For those of you who saw American Idol yesterday, Kid Chris put this together for us. I think you'll like it. That's the old one. Wait, I don't even want to play that one. Here's the new one.
So, Keith, why are you here? I'm here because I think I'm the next American Idol. I'm very entertaining and unique.
Okay, and what are you going to sing?
I'm going to sing Like a Virgin from Madonna.
Okay, good.
I made it through the wilderness. Somehow I made it through it. Didn't know how lost I was until I found you. I was big and confused. I've been had, I was sad, yeah, but you made me feel. Yeah, you made me feel shiny and new, like a virgin, touched for the very first time, like
last year I described someone as being the worst singer in America. I think you're possibly the worst singer in the world, based on that performance. And I'm absolutely serious. I've never, ever heard anything like that in my life. Ever.
Keith, that was horrific, man. Well, it was you. When you said interesting and unique, you said a mouthful. Oh, my God.
But Keith, you've got to hear yourself to believe it. There is nobody on this planet who sings like you. Really. You got to be kidding me. I'm being absolutely serious. I mean, are you serious? I don't think I'm the best singer in the world, but hey, I think I'm a good singer.
What else do you love to do?
Well, I like to dance.
Just, maybe get into dancing.
Fine. Okay, other way.
Goodbye.
That's funny.
It was great.
Dancing.
Can't get enough of that.
Your singing audition.
Simon last night told some poor little 5-year-old black child that he sucked.
Yeah, I thought that was a little out of line, even for me.
Oh, really? He got on a kid?
Well, this cute little kid comes in and sings, and he just goes, you're no good. It was very funny, actually. I mean, he might have said, hey, you're too young for the competition.
Well, why lie? Why start now?
Bad. Yeah.
The kid was bad.
Yeah, maybe his parents will now take him home and let him be a kid instead of trying to make him a star.
He would have been good for a white kid, but, black kids, they're so much more entertaining so much earlier. I think ever since Rodney Allen Rippey, we just expect more from those people.
Got a bunch of voicemails here. Let me see if I can't play a few for you. I love when John the Stutterer calls in, and he always calls in on our voice machine, whenever you call the answering machine, and leaves these messages, and it's just so tedious.
Does he ever get the message out?
No, I mean, he does, but it's like by the time he gets it out, you just don't care anymore. I think all he wants to say is, hey, I want to come in and do the news.
Right, it wasn't even worth the effort.
Yeah, just say, I need news, something.
Hi. The case, I'm extremely sad and lonely right now, and I we wanted to Howard let me sit in the nose sitting for the news sometime soon. It provide me with some joy. Extremely fleeting, and of course I'm great.
Do you even follow what he's saying?
I've forgotten what the first part was.
Something about doing the news with us.
Great comedic fodder for Fred.
What?
Well, he ran out of time on the machine, then he calls back because he didn't get his thought out.
I hung up because I didn't know if I could get the rest in the 30 seconds I had left. And incidentally, Lord of the Anal Rings is the great. I heard it from.
What does he say? Who knows?
On the radio. Of course, what it was great to see that I would lick from that the girl's Hershey.
Anyway, there it is.
Wow.
The only word I could make out was anal.
Anal rings.
Anal rings is great. Nice.
Imagine if you were like trapped under a fallen tree and the river was rising and he was calling 911 for you.
That's it. It's over.
That there's
Woody, you're on the air.
Hey, Howard, they're going to do a story on you on the Channel 11 local news. Who's a bigger womanizer, you or Carson Daly? It's coming up in a couple of minutes if you got access to a TV.
Yeah, well, you know what? Why doesn't Channel 11 put me on live so I can...
Is he serious?
Yeah, he's serious.
I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. It's in the entertainment.
So now you see why I'm upset? Get me Jeanette Walls on the phone, Gary, so I can wake her fat, friggin' ugly ass out of bed and ask her why she has to print lies about me. I'm at a goddamn club with Carson Daly having contests to see how many women I can pick up with a bottle of champagne. When the truth of the matter is I went to the club, it was empty, and I left. Holy mackerel. And then Channel 11 feels free to just repeat this. See what now do you understand why I'm upset?
Are you talking to me?
No, not you, Robin. You I know. You I'm not even talking to. You I'm ignoring.
You have no hope of ever convincing him.
This makes me look like an ass. An ass squared. Imagine, you know what, I'm not saying I'm the hippest guy on the planet, but I'm not going to some club and saying, hey, Carson, let's see how many girls we can pick up with our bottle of champagne versus your bottle of vodka.
Why don't you have John the Stutterer call them?
Yeah, but Channel 11 will keep
this straightened right out.
Channel 11 will keep just, you know, repeating the story.
You should hire him as your publicist.
Yeah. I'm distraught over this.
Come on, buddy. Tomorrow's another day.
The sun will come out tomorrow.
Good, whatever. Whose idea was it to have you on the show?
I know it wasn't mine.
I think it was mine.
He's got that Annie mentality.
All right, you know, yesterday I was very rude to a lot of the callers.
Were you?
On the phone, because I've had this cold and it just drains me, and I'm very short with people. But
well, they probably deserved it.
They did.
I'd like to know why people even bother to call in to listen to Howard or even talk to him. He is so rude. He treats his listeners like I am so sick of listening to the way he reacts to people that it makes me sick. I don't care who he is. I don't care who he thinks he is. But he shouldn't treat people the way he does.
Oh, there you go. Thanks, Mom.
I thought that was Beth.
No. So I'm very rude. Then that hate woman, the woman who hates me and says I look disgusting.
I saw
you, woman.
That woman.
Yeah, now she's on a tear yesterday. She did like 3 in a row.
Howard, I saw that picture of you running in Central Park in this week's Globe magazine. I see you shaving your legs now, Howard. You're supposed to try and look like...
No, I don't shave my legs.
Don't. Okay.
Shave my legs. Jesus H. Christ. I've never shaved my goddamn legs.
He waxes. There's a difference.
Russell Crowe, not Sheryl Crow, you big scarecrow.
Then she called back because she forgot to say something.
And I also saw that big blown-up picture of your face next to Beth's face in the Star magazine this weekend. You know, you used to look like Barbara Streisand. Now you've morphed into Leona Helmsley. It's a pity. It's just what to say. It's a pitiful pity.
What to say? Old hag.
Yeah, let's you get it.
Yeah, let's see your picture. Then finally this.
It's my birthday. It's my birthday. My birthday. My birthday. 2 weeks later, and I still have to talk about it. Oh, my birthday. Robin made a party and took me here, and my parents took me here, and Beth took me here, and Gary and Fred bought me this, and Bon Jovi had to call me on the phone, and Jay Leno has to call me on the phone, and everybody, it's my birthday. It's my birthday. My birthday. My birthday. You know, I picture you sitting in a big diaper, and when you bend over to blow out your candles on your birthday cake, your nose catches on fire.
Fire. Bitter, ugly woman jealous of my life.
Or eerie warning. You never know. I mean, maybe she was worried about you.
Well, who knows?
I can't believe she never entered that contest.
Yeah, well, because she's afraid to come down here and let us look at her.
Yeah.
Which, Robert, you're on the air.
Yeah, I can listen to her talk all day, Howard.
Me too.
Great. Hey, yesterday, awesome show yesterday. Is any chance of Belzer calling back so him and Adam could argue again?
That was pretty funny. I got a lot of email. I might as well get into this.
Yeah.
Some people liked Belzer on the show. Some people hated Belzer on the show, you know.
You love to hate him.
Yeah, wait, let me find the email here. I got so many goddamn papers here. Hold on. I'm not organized.
I like Belzer on the show because all those Adam suck calls get translated into Belzer sucks calls.
Adam, I hated you before yesterday, but you held your own against them.
All right, here we go. Let's read the email from yesterday and find out what was on people's minds. A lot of people liked when that woman called in who's possessed by the devil.
Yes.
They liked her, and they said, quick, make fun of that poor possessed woman. They love her. Call her back. We need to hear from the husband. I got to know what kind of loser would marry this psycho. So everybody wants to hear from him.
Where's that going to be on E, Howard? I got to see that beret.
80% missed Artie, 20% don't miss Artie. I just want to say how nice it is that we're getting a few days without hearing Artie's voice. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I want to listen to Howard. I still like him, but Artie drives me away. That gorilla-faced Adam Carolla is funnier in 5 minutes than that fat greaseball guinea Artie has been in the whole time he's been on the show.
Did I spell guinea right?
Why don't you dump that pig-faced slob and hire Carolla? Now that his Jew prick friend Kimmel has dumped him for his doomed late-night shot at stardom. What an asswipe. Leaving the funny-as-hell man show, the greedy kike. Typical.
Wow.
Kimmel isn't Jewish.
I didn't think so. I was like, is Kimmel a Jew?
Well, he's a greedy kike, according to this email.
Hey, Adam, you're not Italian, are you, with a name like Carolla?
Yeah.
Well,
that's an Italian name. Why would Carolla be a Jewish name?
Well, anybody
you look like you look Jewish.
You look Jewish, and you know what? You talk a lot.
Oh, buddy. But it's that kind of talk that'll get me to stop talking, all right?
Here's one that says I don't do right by my friend. Stern, you big-nosed, arrogant bastard. You sit over there all high and mighty, talking about not doing anyone else's show, Jimmy's, Letterman's, etc. Then you whine like a little bitch when people get big and don't want to do your show anymore. You damn double-standard-loving bastard. Your problem is that you think that you are too big for anyone else's show. If everyone treated you like that, you wouldn't have a show anymore. That's funny.
Kid has a point.
Adam can see that
Very
one.
valid point.
Sorry, I didn't want to do cranking.
Yeah.
Nancy O'Dell, who was on the show, she's the really hot woman from Access Hollywood.
Yeah.
A local show here in Dallas has a weekly segment with Nancy O'Dell on Thursdays. I thought she was pitching us that.
You know, when they start pitching us, they usually pitch everybody.
Yeah. Not only is she no longer married, but she's dating Michael Bolton. Oy vey.
Oh, no wonder she didn't want to tell us.
She's not married anymore.
She was talking like she was still a married woman.
I know. What a weirdo.
Right? Is she real tall and blonde?
Yeah, tall, blonde, beautiful woman.
Yeah.
I met her once. She interviewed me for my movie, and holy mackerel. Holy schmoly.
Yeah.
She's dating Michael Bolton?
She's no Jew.
No. She called up, and her manager called up and said, hey, can she do like a weekly celebrity report? And I was like, well, what do you mean, one of those lame celebrity reports? And she was like, no, I want to get edgy. So I had her on, and she's so edgy, she doesn't even admit she's not married.
Yeah. She wouldn't even tell us the truth about her.
But I'll have her back on now. I'd like to know about Michael Bolton. Why do all these hot chicks go for Michael Bolton?
He's supposed to be the nicest guy.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, since when does that get you laid?
When you're rich.
That was the equation that was missing in high school.
Many thanks. Here's one. Many thanks for condemning dog fighting and cockfighting on your show. I didn't realize we did that.
Well, you did say it takes you a couple of notches down on the human scale.
Yeah. To watch two chickens beat each other up. It's time everyone realized how egregious these practices are. Please don't use big words.
I guess that's wrong.
Is cockfighting still a big problem in this country?
Yeah.
It is here in New York.
Yeah.
Oh, it is, yeah. Oh, because, right, you guys got those ethnic types over there that still do that.
You go up around 125th Street, you find lots of cockfighting.
Really?
Yeah, well, a lot of people in Puerto Rico, cockfighting's legal. They come over here and they want to do it some more.
I think you have to get above 125th.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
160th.
Yeah, like 140 and above.
But, we kill like 100 billion chickens every year in this country. I mean, how egregious could it be?
No.
You know what I'm saying?
To kill them quickly is one thing. To raise them to fight...
I just can't imagine what kind of loser likes to sit there and watch two chickens fight and bets on them. Like, how do you bet on a chicken? Like, that one looks better?
And you add stuff to their legs so they can scratch each other up.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Let me play devil's advocate for a second here. Don't you think because this country just consumes billions of chickens each year that this is our form of compensation by becoming outraged at the relative pittance of roosters that fight each year?
I don't know. It just seems lame to me to be some dude sitting there watching chickens fight. That's all.
I'm betting on it. I even think dog racing is bad.
Yeah, but you guys do like...
I'm into that.
You bet on anal ring toss and stuff.
Yeah, but that involves humans.
They have a choice.
By the way, we're still going to have my dog race Artie. It's just been particularly cold, and I'm worried about the dog, not Artie. Here's a bunch of people who hate Belzer. I consider myself a lady, but I tell you, listening to Belzer, I want to grab his friggin' French balls and do the Texas Twister on him. He's a dumbass traitor, damn it. Be an American, or else go back to France and take that freaking Susan Sarandon and George Clooney and Sheryl Crow with you. Away with you, Belzer. Away with all of you. Here's another one. That no-talent, unfunny, non-celeb, homo, towel-head-loving hook-nose should get his ass off your show. He's polluting it. Tell Belzer that it's not the 60s and to stop being an effing coward. Please get this anti-American panty-wearing liberal piece of S off the air. Thank God Adam's there, or I would have tuned out long ago.
Yeah.
Friggin' pinko liberal Frenchy a-hole.
Yeah, you know what? I missed Susan Sarandon's commercial. Did you see it?
No.
The 30 seconds before the State of the Union address she was supposed to have bought.
She had those big cans out?
I don't know. I didn't see it.
It's hard to take someone seriously who has big, giant cans and doesn't wear a bra and then has her, she loves showing those cans because those are like the last good-looking thing on her.
Right, they haven't crumbled yet.
Yeah.
The rest of her.
And it's very hard to listen. It's very hard to listen to a woman.
To a serious message.
With those cans. And also, someone who has it so good in this country. Like, she's like, you know what? We shouldn't go to war with Iraq. We should have peace. Of course, because you know what?
A woman who had 2 apartments in New York, one for her and one for her nanny.
Yeah. I mean, she's got life so good. She doesn't want any war. Of course she doesn't want war. She's got it made.
Mess up her day, for sure.
Isn't like Sean Penn out in Iraq right now taking pictures and stuff?
Yeah.
Well, he's back and he says he was double-crossed.
Yeah, because he's so friggin' brilliant. He's a complete traitor. He's got this charmed life. He's married to Robin Wright Penn, who's gorgeous. He's making movies for a living.
Him?
And now he's going to go over and tell us that we shouldn't go to war with people. You know what? Shame on him. If my family was blown up in the Twin Towers, dude, I'd be at war with Iraq and anybody else. Iraq definitely funded the 9/11 terrorist attacks. And that's enough for me. Who cares?
You know what? Whether they did or not. The idea that they could get a nuclear weapon and give it to an Al-Qaeda terrorist bothers me.
Good, because it should. Adam.
Yeah.
That man's crazy.
Right.
And furthermore, I know we're getting focused on Iraq and South Korea and stuff, or North Korea.
I don't even remember which Korea it is.
It's too confusing.
Blown both up.
Take Korea out. But here's who else I'd like to take out. How about we take out Cuba? I mean, Russia's gone. They're not doing anything anymore. You know what I mean? These guys have been giving us crap for years now.
Absolutely.
Let's just go over that. How fast would Cuba take us out if we were them and they were us? You know what I'm saying? We're just some little island floating out in the middle of the Pacific or Atlantic, whatever that ocean is they're in.
I love listening to that.
What are you talking about?
All right, here we go. A lot of people love... Thank you. A lot of people love Belzer. Great to hear someone challenge Howard. Regardless of my own politics, it just makes for better radio. Belzer's great. It's great to have Richard Belzer in for the news. He's the best. Together, you guys are so funny. I always get a stomachache from laughing. You see, so some people like Belzer.
Bells of fire.
I love Belzer. Appreciate letting him voice his opinions. The Stern crew are a bunch of Republicans. Get a life. This morning's show, when your guest Richard Belzer said we shouldn't go to war with Iraq, was one of the best radio shows in the history of radio. How can this guy rape this country by working at one of our great television networks, live in the land of pussies, France, and then have the balls to rail against the greatest country on the planet and be against the war? You and Adam Carolla really set him straight. I had to pull over because I was laughing so hard there were tears in my eyes, and I couldn't see the road. Funny, really great radio. At first I thought the guy should be banned from the show, but then, who would rail against these idiotic left-wing celebrities? These celebrities are morons. And on and on and on. Keep up the great work. I love it when you speak on the issues. So, as you can see, the audience all over the place. A lot of people hate High Pitch Eric. They watch the E! Show.
You know, yesterday I hated High Pitch Eric.
Yeah.
Because his phony phone call sucked.
Right.
Then his real phone call sucked.
Everything sucked. Yes, Marianne from Brooklyn, go ahead.
Yeah, hi, Howard. How are you? First, I want to say what people don't understand about 9/11 is you're living with it every day. Our lives have changed drastically. We will never go back to September 10th and feel the way we felt. And Saddam Hussein's son is saying that September 11th would be a picnic. So why these so-called actresses and superstars are saying they don't want a war? I don't want a war. I have a 19-year-old son, believe me. But what's the alternative to this?
Of course we don't want a war. Nobody wants a war.
I have a 10-year-old and a 19-year-old. I lived through Vietnam, and I have a bracelet from a vet, and he never came back. So what do people expect us to do after September 11th?
Well, that's the problem. Sheryl Crow wore a shirt that said, war is not the answer. So wear a shirt that tells us what the answer is.
I wish, Howard, believe me, you know I got a mouth. If I knew the answer, I would say it. But people don't realize.
If you said it, we turn it off because of your voice.
Howard, come on. Howard, listen to me.
She got a bracelet from a vet. She should have given you a ball gag.
Howard, you thought that I was a bad singer. Now, people like me, you know what our problem is? We happen to love to sing. That's the problem with that. See, we think we could sing good.
Thank you.
Howard, Joan Rivers or Florence Henderson? Which one, Howard?
Florence Henderson.
Okay, love you.
Thank you.
Love you.
We have a game we're going to play today. Which 70-year-old woman would you bang if you had to?
Going into the 70s.
Yeah, it's going to be a very disturbing show today.
Outside of the family?
Outside of the family. No mothers included.
Oh, now, wait a minute.
Kathy Griffin is here.
You're kidding.
She's not 70. She's like 65.
Very young. Chris, Chris, go ahead real quick and I'll get Kathy in here.
Yeah, Susan Sarandon last night. She comes on and she goes, all right, what are we going to do when our children start coming home in body bags? What did we ever do to the Iraqis? That was her question. That's what she wanted to know.
That's the point. We didn't do anything to them.
What did the Iraqis ever do to us? That was her question.
What did they do to us? Okay, well, they financed 9/11. They overcharged us for oil. They invaded Kuwait, threatening our oil supply. Where do you want me to begin? Not only that, Saddam Hussein has had a history of trying to destroy one of our closest allies, Israel.
Debate Susan Sarandon.
Bring her in here. I wish I could use the C word.
Yeah, it's so effective.
Go ahead, use it, Howard, use it.
I can't. They'll bleep me.
No, that's all right.
Thank you. How about that? I could say this word. Con.
What?
Con.
That con?
That con. Susan Sarandon, that con.
That's a guy from Star Trek, right?
Yeah. Kubla Khan. Susan Sarandon is a big con. Oh. How about this? That cut.
You know, they're always worried about our kids coming home in body bags, but what about putting them in body bags out here after those a-holes blow up a subway or something like that?
We have plenty of body bags here.
Susan Sarandon is a cud.
Howard.
A cud.
A cud. A cud. Susan Sarandon is a big country.
Howard.
Yes.
Howard?
Yes.
Yeah, you know who is sponsored by? The owners of Ben & Jerry's.
Oh, well, they're
They're countries. Ben & Jerry's. Ben & Jerry's. What is that?
Those two hippies with their ice cream.
Hippie. Shave yourself. I might have to boycott Ben & Jerry's.
There you go. The boycott of Ben & Jerry's starts today.
Why is Ben & Jerry's telling me what to do? Ben & Jerry. Ben & Jerry.
I don't even know who they are. What do they think?
Ben & Jerry are two guys who went to Oberlin College, and they had an idea to open up an ice cream store. Good. That's a good idea. Leave it at that. Leave the warmongering to the disc jockeys.
Howard, by the way. Howard?
Yes.
By the way, they just ran your story again on Channel 11.
Yeah, they can't get enough of that.
Emily Francis.
What?
Emily Francis was the one. She does the gossip on Channel 11 here on the morning news, and she ran your story.
Yeah, here you go. I got it right here.
There you go.
And she's another con.
She's fine now.
Another con.
She's another con. Right here, I'll put it on. 1 sec.
Right?
Yeah, go ahead. Wait, VCR?
Mm-hmm.
Here. Go ahead, dude. Wait.
All right, we got a lot more. We got a lot more on the morning news. When it comes to dancing, these girls can raise the bar. Coyote Ugly Face coming up next.
You don't want me serving you any codes. All right, Carson Daly may be the VJ stud, but one New York shock jock stealing all the ladies. We'll tell you what happened.
Stealing all the ladies. Hey, vey. Now, where's the story?
It comes up, I guess.
This is such crap.
Emily's doing that segment.
Not it. Go for it. Well, you're doing this segment, so this one, the ice cream, I'm fine with. This segment, I'm fine with. Bugs. All right. Both are on the radio, both are single. But who's the bigger stud, you ask? Well, Carson Daly and Howard Stern reportedly engaged in a friendly game to answer that very question. The Post says that Daly and Stern were sitting in adjoining booths in the VIP lounge of a bar here in New York. They decided to order up drinks and see who could attract the cutest girls to their table. Well, Daly started it off with a round of tequila shots. Stern one-upped with some champagne. Word is, the smart-talking Stern was way ahead of the game.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, that is the dumbest thing.
Howard, you're the bigger stud, man.
Yeah. What a joke.
Way to go, dude.
Yeah, you get it? Ahead of the game, ahead. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, the chick doing the report's kind of hot.
Oh, she's
Isn't she cute?
Yeah.
You never saw her before.
Tonight on Tom Brokaw, Howard Stern was seen at a local club outdoing Carson Daly.
Who's the bigger stud?
That is just such a false story.
Jimmy Kimmel will be doing it tonight.
And coming up later, we bomb Iraq. But first, the Howard Stern story.
For my daughters listening and my girlfriend, I went to a club. I dropped my friends off. I left. I said hello to Carson Daly. I didn't engage in a lame game called Who Can Pick Up More Chicks.
Hey, man, you don't have to apologize. You won.
Well, at least they had me. Imagine they had me losing to Carson Daly.
You won.
How does it feel to be a stud, Howard?
Yeah, it's real good. My daughters will really appreciate that one.
Oh, stop.
Because I'm 16 years old and I need to go to clubs and do that. God damn, that's just such a lie. Yeah, who cares? You're right, who cares?
Can we find Janet Walls? That's the only way to...
Oh, she won't. She's a filthy liar. She's just a filth...
You should get Emily Francis on the phone.
And who is that?
That's the girl from Channel 11.
She's a cunt.
Hey.
And a con.
Hey.
And a country.
When local news chicks are hot, it's like you discovered them, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like hey, that one's mine. Like she's in my town.
She's my special girl.
Yeah.
Who's that? Boy, they got a couple of hotties on Channel 11.
Yeah, they've dressed up the news over there.
Yeah, no one's paying attention, but good luck.
It was really funny because last night every station had the State of the Union address except Channel 11.
What'd they have?
Superboy, Smallville.
Smallville? Nice.
Probably did better.
Well, anybody want to hear Cabby's State of the Union thoughts? Or I would rather talk to Kathy, but do you want to hear him?
For a second, if he's not making any sense, we can dump him.
Hey, Cabby.
You know when we're going to war, don't you?
March.
No, February.
Why?
My buddies called me. They're Marines. They're actually over in Kuwait. It's going down February.
Oh, here we go.
Actually, why do we need a war? Aren't they so unsophisticated over there? Can't we just in the middle of the night sneak in and shoot Saddam Hussein? And
Apparently, we haven't been able to do that.
We've been trying that for years.
Really?
Yeah. He's smart. You know, he's smart. You got to give him that. He's been hiding out since the Gulf War.
He's got 500 different homes.
I heard he's got like 3 guys who look like him.
He's got more than 3. Yeah. He's got like 20. Yeah.
Just saying, he might not even be in Iraq, that we're going to go in and kill all his lookalikes. Because, you know.
Brandon and all those little activists and those frickin' actors and those singers, and why don't they, how many limos do they got that guzzle gas? And how many private planes do they fly on that suck down that JP4 jet fuel?
You know what?
Did you hear what the president said last night?
What did he say?
He's talking about a hydrogen-fueled car.
Really?
Yeah, I was really impressed.
What does he mean? He invented one, or he just heard about it?
He invented one. He paid Al Gore to invent it for him.
What's this hydrogen fuel?
He's going to get behind the development. He's going to encourage the automakers to dump money into the development of a good hydrogen-fueled car that'll run on water.
Oh, my God.
And it won't pollute.
Let me tell you something. It does seem... You know, listen, I'm a dummy. I don't know how to do any of this stuff, but it does seem kind of incredible to me that somebody hasn't invented something like that. I mean...
Well, we've been so in love with the car that we have that it's been hard to wean America off of it.
I would love a water car.
Yeah, I got some water.
Would it have the power and the speed that a gas-fueled engine does?
That's what he's hoping, that we develop a car that's good enough to get America off the gas.
Give me... Does President Bush say anything about an invisibility machine that we can use to defeat Saddam Hussein?
You know, I don't think he talked... I fell asleep, but I didn't hear him talk much about the microwave bomb.
That's what I think's cool, the microwave.
I talk about
that we have a microwave bomb, which is really...
Zap him.
Well, it'd be really cool to blow those guys up and then also, you know...
Cook them.
Cook hot dogs at the same time.
Let me ask you this, Howard.
Yeah.
Any word on the DNA test?
Yeah, we're going to have it by the end of the week.
End of the week.
Yeah.
Did you guys get your blood drawn?
Well, they did the swab, like on CSI.
Yeah, I'll be talking more about the DNA test on Friday.
Okay.
All right, dude.
All right, thanks.
Anybody want to hear Riley Martin's take on...
Oh, my goodness.
This is this black dude who writes books about aliens abducting him, but nobody buys the books that I know of.
The aliens don't abduct black people, do they?
They apparently abducted this one.
Riley.
Yes.
Nobody actually buys your book, do they?
Yeah, the first edition is sold out, Howard, but we are printing again. It's back in print.
How many were printed in the first edition?
3. 2.
Just a limited edition, some thousands.
Really?
Thousands. I called you because there's going to be a lot of UFO activity starting in earlier part of February.
Are we going to be able to see it, or just you?
No.
Just Riley.
The world will see it. There'll be a lot of sightings over the Middle East, Israel, the battlefields and all this. They're here to check out this new technology that some of the powers have. In particular, the EMP machine, the electromagnetic pulse machine. This thing can fry electronics from a distance. And they think this is rather nifty.
Aren't they worried that's going to knock down their spaceships?
Yeah, if I was an alien, I wouldn't want to be flying when we start the scuds going.
Well, it is possible to knock down an alien ship, but you've got to do it with something like a particle beam, an ion particle beam.
Yeah, do you have one of those? Do you have one?
I do not have one, but some of our scientists does have the concept, and they may very well have one.
How about I use a snowball?
Going to Vegas, Howard. You said something about going to Vegas in February?
Yes.
Out above Arizona, Utah, Nevada. In that area, there's going to be a number of sightings because of some technologies they have out there. So you might see them while you're in Vegas.
Okay, well...
And if I were there with you, you would probably definitely see them.
Oh,
Thank you very much.
Yeah, let me ask him a quick question. Why are all the sightings in unpopulated areas where people drink a lot of grain alcohol?
No, they do show up over major cities, such as Phoenix, Arizona, Mexico City, and they're filmed above these cities.
Let me ask you a question.
Why wouldn't they reveal themselves to everyone?
because they're not allowed to interfere, Howard. They're not allowed to take over.
They have the Star Trek code?
No, you call it what you will, but they're not allowed to come down and take over, even for your own good.
You mean they cannot intervene on our behalf?
Right.
I understand.
The book is back in print. The book is back in print. TheComingUp10.com.
You're saying the aliens have the prime directive?
Magazine I sent you.
You're telling me the aliens have the prime directive?
Howard, if you call it a prime directive or what have you, they're here observing. But they're not able to just stop, come down and land. If you do that, then anyone with a stronger power than yours could come and tell you what to do all the time. They cannot allow this out in the galaxy.
Let me ask a question. The aliens only seem to show up in desert cities like Phoenix. Are they retired Jews or are they aliens?
The aliens go back a long way with the Semitic people, though, even from biblical times.
Riley, I got to go, but thank you. Give your website again.
TheComingUp10, TAN.com.
Thank you very much. That's Riley Martin, who never makes sense.
Hold on, Howard. He was about to make the link between the aliens and the Hasidim, and you cut him off.
Well, sometimes you just got to keep the show moving. Well, Kathy Griffin's here. I don't know who Nancy is.
Nancy Griffin, I don't know.
That's Nancy O'Dell.
Nancy O'Dell Griffin. Kathy Griffin's here. She's going to come in and say hello to us. She would not appear with Stephen Baldwin. I was going to have them in together.
He's not here.
No. That would have been great. Because they're evidently fighting. After they did Celebrity Mole, which was awful.
I do like the show.
I hate it.
It's not as good, though, because they stopped torturing them. The stunts are easier now.
All right, let me take a break. We'll come back. Adam Carolla's here. He's got Crank Anchors premiering March 4th at 10 p.m. on Comedy Central. Kathy will join us. And a whole bunch of other stuff, too, including a judge who is... I don't even know how to capsulize this. I will tell you a story about a judge when we get back, right after these words.
Well, thank you very much, Beverly. That's a very worthwhile enterprise. We want to thank all of you folks for coming out tonight and volunteering to help us here, answering these telephones. And by the way, I want to address something real quick here. Obviously, not all of these telephones ringing right now are from callers who are making a pledge. Along with our pledgers, I think we have somebody who is trying to play a game with us. I'll give you a fair warning right now. We're going to have these calls traced, and we will prosecute. And if these calls don't stop, you're blocking us from getting people who want to call and support public television, and we will prosecute you. So be warned. Beware. That's about the end of that subject right now.
You're listening to a man who spends every waking moment searching for a cure for micropenis.
Hey now, Kathy Griffin's here. Let's bring her in. I love when this woman is on our show. Adam Carolla joining us today. Also, check out E! tonight. E! Television. Tonight, a very special Howard Stern show. Cabby reunited with his birth mother.
That's tonight?
That's tonight after a lifetime of searching. Crybaby Cabby. Oh, look at Kathy. Looks lovely today. Crybaby Cabby, crackhead, covered in tattoos. I'm reading this. He goes, after a lifetime of searching, this crybaby crackhead covered in tattoos finally meets his real mom. Nice promo.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's a heartwarming, feel-good episode you won't want to miss. Hey, Kathy.
Howard, how are you guys?
I didn't know you were good friends with Adam.
I've known Adam since he was a construction worker, which
no
he's
kidding.
still very proud of.
Yeah, well, it's his blue-collar roots.
Yeah, keeping it real. You hear that, listeners? Keeping it real. Not hanging out in clubs with Carson Daly.
I don't understand why you're upset by that story.
I'll tell you why.
I think it's fun and whimsical.
It's not to me, and I'll tell you why. I'm very aware that guys are asswipes, and I got 3 daughters. Now, the story is that I walked into a club. Think about this. This is what they're saying. This is who I am.
Sure, you're the essence of Howard.
Right. I walk into a club. Immediately, I see Carson Daly.
Big slut.
Who, I say, you know what? I can pick up more girls than you with my bottle of champagne than you can with your bottle of vodka.
Cristal.
And then I conducted a contest to see which guy could get more women over to him. And the point is, my girlfriend was out of town. I dropped these guys off, and I left in 20 minutes. I got 3 daughters, and they think their dad, at 49 years old, is still going to clubs trying to have contests with Carson Daly to see if he's hot. It also implies that I'm unfaithful, that I was on the prowl for chicks when I dropped some guys off and I left.
Now, what about when you spank girls in chairs?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd like you to address that.
Well, see, I'm sitting here going, he does much worse things on the radio.
Yes.
Because
daily.
on the radio, I'm doing that for my job. Okay?
Okay.
That's something I do. A gift to my audience.
What about when you're outside pimping?
See, when I'm off the air,
Right.
I have been in a 2.5-year relationship, which I've told my daughters, and I'm not cheating.
Okay.
Can I say this very quickly
He's
in
like
defense
Clark Kent. He has two
of
different
Howard?
personalities.
Yes, I do in a sense. Yes, I do. I mean, off the air, I don't act like the tool that I am on the air.
There's the Howard that the media knows, that the people know, that they try to portray him as a womanizer and a cad, and then there's the Howard I know who won't do my show.
Oh,
See?
Adam.
It's a very different Howard.
Okay, you know
that
what?
I know.
There's the Adam Carolla I know, who I saw at the Super Bowl last weekend
Yeah.
on a party bus with a girl in a strappy dress who he didn't even know he took to San Diego.
So it wasn't even his wife.
Oh, it was unbelievable. So get this.
Adam?
Adam.
Now you're going to know what it feels
Yeah, Adam, let's see how you like this.
He's
Let me
gathering
hear.
his thoughts. Okay.
You were at Super
So
Bowl.
we're at the Super Bowl, and Adam and I are staying actually at this beautiful hotel in Dana Point, like 70 miles from the Super Bowl.
I love Kathy.
And they're all...
All right, she said enough.
And
Plug your goddamn TV show and get off the air.
And we did, and Jimmy and a few people did like stand up at this hotel and stuff. And then the boys had to get back on their party bus, which had some crazy like Russian driver who he kept saying the word fog, but he would mispronounce it. He would pronounce it like the F word.
Right.
And they all loved him and thought he was a great guy.
Yeah.
And then he was talking about like, you know, I have porno, I get you whatever you want. And I'm like, what? I thought this was the bus where you guys are going to go back and sleep and get up and do the show tomorrow. No.
Yeah.
First of all, Adam, I believe, was intoxicated on alcohol, which I
Right.
feel was inappropriate in the workplace.
Okay.
And secondly, I get in the bus.
I want to know about the chick he was with.
Okay, so I get in the bus, and I was just killing time, just shooting the breeze with those guys, because I was going to stay at the hotel. And it's like this tricked-out bus with like a disco ball and all this stuff. And then a couple of the writers from the Kimmel Show got on, and we're talking, and then this woman gets on.
Yeah.
And she's got like kind of the bim look with like the strappy dress and stuff, and she sits down and she kind of crosses her legs. So I said, Adam, who's this woman? Right in front of her, because I knew this was weird. And he's like, I don't know, baby, we're San Diego bound or whatever. And I go, well, where's... I know, he says baby and stuff.
Baby to you.
Baby,
Yeah.
it's everybody.
Yeah.
That's bus talk,
And
baby.
then, what?
Hey, they do that on
Talk
bus.
on the bus, you
That's
know?
how we talk on the
That's
bus.
not the Adam I know.
So anyway,
baby.
I said, sweetheart, who are you? What are you doing here? And she says, oh, they says I could go. She goes, they said I could go to San Diego.
Oh, so you just picked her up?
I know. And I said, Adam, where's your wife? And then he says, keep it down, sweetheart. That's what Adam says to me.
Hey, Adam, who are you, bogey? Hey, baby, sweetheart.
Listen, baby, dog.
Honey, don't you know you're not supposed to be a C blocker? A con blocker? You know, I mean, so what? So
anyway, then Sarah Silverman gets on the bus, and I turn
who's dating Jimmy?
Who's dating Jimmy. And then I go, this girl is just like coming along. I don't know if they're like going to pull a train on her or what the plan is.
Yeah.
And I go, this is all wrong. And then I said, do you know her? And she goes, no, I've never seen her. So here's the best part. So then all of a sudden her boyfriend gets on the bus, who's like
Right.
about 40, kind of salt and pepper hair, not cool or cute in any way. And he's like, come on, let's go. What's going on? And she's saying, oh, we're going to go to San Diego, Jimmy Kimmel and Adam Carolla. It's great. Yeah. And the boyfriend's sitting there, and I can tell he's not too happy about it. And Adam is just in the back, by the way, like, you know, big pimp daddy.
Yeah.
Like just low in his seat, and they're watching movies. And then...
So did you get the impression that Adam was cheating on his wife?
Absolutely. Yeah. And also...
Oh.
And that, but as a matter of fact, what happened was I stayed at the hotel, and about 20 minutes later, I saw the woman and her boyfriend in the hotel, so they didn't go.
Right.
So I want to know what went down on the bus. I want to know, like, if the boyfriend just pulled her off by the hair or what.
Adam, did you get some oral in the back?
Yeah, I finished, and we kicked her off before we got to San Juan.
That's so sexist and disgusting.
No, first off,
Dr.
Kathy,
Drew would never do that.
How dare you after we gave you our rooms in Dana Point? I cannot believe the temerity.
Oh,
of this
believe me,
woman
I had
once
a
called
suite,
my
but I
friend.
think it's cute you had a little room. Anyway,
we gave Kathy's
my buddies.
husband or her buddies. We gave them our room.
That's
we
true.
Graciously
I invited a couple buddies down, and they actually two guys, and they got Jimmy's room and Adam's room.
Very nice.
Very sweet.
Well,
Very
since
nice.
you were with the other one, you know, that Bim, as Kathy would
Once
say.
you're on the bus, calling girls sweetheart.
Dude, I didn't know you guys had a party bus.
I had my room on wheels. What do I need that stationary?
Who are you, John Madden? God knows what goes on in that bus. The eating that must go on.
Really? I don't think there are any women involved.
That's the next reality show, John Madden's bus. You get to watch what that guy scarfs down to keep those big sausage fingers and big fat head going.
Yeah, I learned something the other day that, you know, when he used to work on Fox, he used to hold barbecues because they were in the middle of the afternoon, the games, and he would barbecue outside that bus.
Can you imagine how many bowel movements that guy takes? Unbelievable.
Yeah, let's talk about John Madden.
Hey, Kathy, though, you're a little outraged, but you've ordered male escorts before.
Yes, but that's different. That's because I have needs.
You banged like a male prostitute.
You paid for sex?
Yes.
Yeah, she has.
Yeah.
Really? I'm shocked.
But, you know, it's different. With a male escort, you also get, like, the spooning. It's not so cold.
Have you really bought sex from a man?
No, but as a matter of fact, I did desperately want to get a male escort one time, and I did a lot of research. And I found out what you do is you look in the want ads under sensual massage.
Right.
But it'll say, like, you know, men for women and stuff. But what I found was that almost all of them were gay. So they were, like, phoning it in. No. But they were way into cuddling.
Hey, what happened to you on the American Music Awards? That the Ryan Seacrest opened your shirt on TV?
Ripped my top open, for real, on live television, and there I am in my freaking bra. I wanted to kill him.
Why are these things happening to you?
I know. Ryan
He was just trying to prove he was straight, that's all.
Oh, he's got to keep trying. I am not buying it. But we were presenting together at the American Music Awards, and I was a little nervous about it because, you know, on American Idol, he always talks over people, and he kind of, like, rolls his eyes. He really thinks American Idol is about him, and then there's a couple singers.
Yeah, right.
But he really thinks it's his show.
And he's purposeless.
I absolutely.
What is he doing on American Idol?
I have no clue. I have no clue what they think of him or why they're using him. I don't understand it.
No.
He's basically a mic stand.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he thinks he's funny and he's not, and, you know, he's no Simon.
Right.
He's no Simon.
All right, so you're presenting with him.
And then we're backstage, and you know they have the little banter, right? So I have my little line, and then he has a line, and we say, and the nominees are. And I see him, and he's all jacked up. And he comes up to me, and he says, are you going to F me? Are you going to F me? Are you going to F me here? Are you going to let me talk or what? I go, Ryan, what are you talking about? He goes, are you going to make a joke about me? Are you going to make a joke? I said, Ryan, absolutely not. I said, first of all, the show's running long. I said, so we shouldn't do anything we're not supposed to do. Off the cards, right. And then he's looking at other people going, have you seen this woman? I know she's going to F me, okay? I really don't trust her. And he's covered in sweat like Ike Turner.
Right.
And I'm just saying, Ryan, I go, look, I want this to be smooth sailing, all smiles.
Well, you know what? He's intimidated by the fact that you have a brain and you could actually humiliate him.
Yeah, you could go off the card.
He is in a panic. I'm serious.
Right.
And so he goes...
Because his image.
Yeah.
He wants that...
He's so cool, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and he's so clever. And so... you know, so then he goes up to Ozzy Osbourne, who's hosting the show, and he says, hey, Ozzy, how about if...
Osby.
Ozzy? No, he said...
Hey, Osby. Yeah.
Well, he goes, how about if Kathy and I bring you out and we ask the audience, you know, what a great job you're doing, and then they all applaud. How about that? What about that?
He's a funny guy.
And then Ozzy says, look, I'm just trying to get home. He goes, I've been here all day. I'm exhausted. Right. I don't want to go out anymore. And then I said to him, I go, Ryan, the show's running long. We're not supposed to bring somebody out.
Right.
And then he said, Ryan said, no, the stage manager told me to. So the stage manager turns around and says, no, Ryan, I didn't say that. Don't do that. So then Ryan goes, yeah, I know. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. And so he wants to go. He's insisting on, he wants desperately to hold the envelope. You know, the one that says in the winner.
He says to you, I want to hold the envelope.
Because he's going, well, I guess I'm just doing nothing. I guess you're just doing everything. Like that. And I kept saying, Ryan.
We're trading lines, and then you...
Right, and then I walked him over to the teleprompter because he was so convinced I was going to make a joke about him, and I showed him my little joke. I said, look, it has nothing to do with you. It doesn't mention you. But, you know, I said, let's be respectful of each other. I said, do me a favor. When I'm talking, don't step on my line. I won't step on your line. We're good to go. And so, you know, we go out there, and he wants, it's important to him that he goes out first. And he also wants...
You're kidding me.
He's insisting on it.
Does he understand he has no career?
He has no clue.
No clue.
He thinks it's all about him, and...
He thinks he's like the hottest thing on television.
Yes.
You are friggin' kidding me.
No, I am... You can see the tape.
So when he says to you, I need to step out first What do you do?
At this point, I said, fine, whatever you want. I said, hold the envelope, hold the award.
Oh, my
Go out
God.
first. Really, it's not about that for me. So whatever.
At the American Music Awards, which is a joke anyway.
Right, I know. So, and I just want to say that I really, tried. I, got this Badgley Mishka loner outfit, and I'm trying to look nice and stay off the worst dress list for once. And so, I wanted to go well. And so,
you look good.
Oh, thanks.
What do you do?
So,
you're doing something. What are you doing?
Thanks.
Whatever you're doing. But go ahead. All right, so
anyway, so we go out there, and he walks to the wrong place by mistake, and I follow him, and then he goes to the correct mic, and the first thing he said is, oh, typical, you follow a chick and you get lost. So I'm like, whatever.
Okay.
So then...
Oh, that was a joke
I know, he was making it funny. And so then I did my little joke, which is we were doing an Internet award, and so I said, I have a hot message right off the Internet. Dear Kathy, please take your top off,
Right.
So there's my little benign joke. So anyway, he loses, and he goes, yeah! Comes around behind me,
starts screaming?
rips my shirt open, for real.
Whoa.
And I'm standing there like, holy crap, and it's live.
It's kind of funny.
Howard!
He ripped your shirt open?
And this was a loner shirt.
Wow. Oh, my God.
Are you have my back on this or not? How would you like it if he did that to one of your daughters?
No, I would be pissed. I'd be pissed.
But to you...
it's funny. No, you're absolutely right.
I'm talking
in that booth right now, and I don't know what I'll pull.
No, but that's unbelievable.
It was lame. I'm telling you, it was not planned.
You should have punched him in the nuts.
And so, what?
Kathy, if he wasn't gay, would you consider that date rape?
Yes, I'm fine.
No, you were really freaked out, I'm sure.
I was freaked out because I'm standing there, I got my freaking bra on, and the audience, I could tell, half of them thought it was planned, and half of them didn't.
Yeah, right, and if you were going to plan it, you'd have something cool to wear underneath.
Of course. Right. But also, I just wouldn't.
You're totally thrown by that.
Right. So anyway, then...
you know what, seriously, no dude is allowed...
That's right. He should be under arrest.
To put his hands on a chick's chest.
Because it's a live show, and so I was like, I guess I should roll with it, and it's not like you can stop and say, okay, back to one, everybody. And so I was pissed, and so then...
it would have been great if you just went to the microphone and said, listen, that wasn't scripted. This guy's an ass.
Or need
Well, this is what I said. What I said was...
the knee.
I said, well, Ryan's just really jacked up because he's never touched a woman before. So it gets a big applause break. And I kind of feel like some people knew then that it maybe wasn't planned. So anyway, then we give out the award to Nellie, and now I'm really kind of flipped out. I'm like, all right, maintain. So I give out the award to Nellie, who had already seen probably all the prompter stuff or whatever. So Nellie comes up, who I don't even know, and he's like, are you all right, girl?
Is it the black guy with the Band-Aid?
Yeah, that's the Band-Aid dude.
So Nellie, it turns out, is a total nurture caretaker.
He said, are you all right?
Yes. And then one of the guys in his, posse or crew or whatever, he comes up and he's got this Hannibal Lecter mask on with, the 3 prongs across his mouth.
Yeah.
And he's like, are you all right, girl?
Under the mask. Are you all right? No kidding.
So then I go back.
See, a lot of people would think, the rap guys would, jump on top of you and
no, they were very
go wilding on you.
Because they... And so then I walk backstage and Sharon Osbourne says, I can't believe he did that. I would have kicked him in the balls.
Right, Sharon knows what to do.
Yes.
And she would have. And you know what?
Absolutely. You can knee the guy when he does that.
I like black guys at award shows because they never act interested in any of the white chicks. They won't even kiss them.
Mm-hmm.
Only other black chicks.
I felt like Nellie had my back in a way I never would have guessed.
Yeah, he really did.
Yes. And the same with the Hannibal Lecter guy that he was with. Whoever he was, my little angel.
Wow.
He wears that Band-Aid because it's because his brother's in prison.
A friend of his.
Some kind of a...
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
But I understand on some award show that's coming up, he's going to lose the Band-Aid.
Wow, that's a big
And
night.
wear a tux.
Wow.
Wow. I hate that Band-Aid. I got to be honest with you.
I know, but boy, can he move. I love to watch him.
Mm-hmm.
Well, look at all the ladies like him because he comes to the rescue of Kathy Griffin.
He's a good man.
He is my knight in shining Band-Aid.
Hey, I should give you a plug. Kathy Griffin's in Celebrity Mole, Hawaii tomorrow night at 10 o'clock on ABC with Stephen
tonight.
Baldwin.
Wednesday.
Says tomorrow night.
Oh, sorry. What is it, Tuesday? Sorry about that.
Yeah, tomorrow night at 10 o'clock on ABC.
What day is it?
I don't even know.
It's Wednesday, so it's tonight.
Yeah, it's tonight.
Tonight. All right.
Listen, enough about Sir Walter Nelly. I want to talk about Stephen Baldwin.
Yeah, me too.
Talk to us about that girl on the bus.
Yeah.
Adam, you got a lot of explaining to do. Let's take a couple of phone calls, then we'll get to the Stephen Baldwin discussion, which I'm kind of curious about. Like, I can't imagine why you're nervous to come on the air with him, but I want to hear your explanation of it.
Have you ever gotten into a fist fight with him?
Have you?
No, but he did choke me.
You stabbed him.
I saw the tape, Kathy. It didn't look like much.
Yeah, you're darn right. It didn't look like much on the cut-down tape.
Here's the thing. Steven, I know what happens. Steven's not the brightest bulb in the batch. And you're a quick-witted woman.
And he didn't like that.
Right. So when you get into an argument with him and you make him look dumb and feel dumb...
He can't think of another thing to say.
He's like, you're like, hey, Steven, you're an idiot because... And then he'll go, I'm going to choke you. It quickly escalates.
And that's why I love you, too, because that is exactly what happened. It's not even that he's a bad guy, and I don't even think that he dislikes me or disliked me at the time.
Right.
But he lost control. He flipped out a little bit.
He doesn't like fighting with you.
And he's very physical, and he's very volatile, He's in
your space. But I assured you that I would not allow him near you.
Mm-hmm.
And yet you are afraid to... I thought it would have been great radio.
I told you the Ryan Seacrest story, and you laughed in my face.
No, I thought it would be great radio if you and Steven mixed it up on the air. And plus, I told you I'm going to have him shackled.
He was coming in a Hannibal Lecter mask.
And the board, on a gurney. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you know what I was thinking about? I was thinking about the time that Roseanne Barr, who I love so much, was on the show. Remember Tom called, and she was, screaming on the phone, say you hit me, say I'd admit it. And I thought, I don't want to do that. I like to talk trash about people behind their back.
All right, I just think it would have been great.
I have the courtesy to do it behind their backs. I don't want to do it to their face.
I just can't believe... I think it'd be funny to hear you mouth off to Stephen Baldwin without him having any kind of physical threat against you.
Well,
I think you should have done it. I really do, and I'm surprised you backed down.
I was shocked that you were afraid to confront.
He's a freaky guy. He really loses control of his senses. I really believe that.
He does.
I understand that. I know.
And I'm a girl. Why don't you have two guys go at it?
Well, we were going to let him.
I still got to deal with him in the hallway and all that other stuff.
I think you're so confident and everything that it wouldn't be any big deal to you.
No, I'm still a girl. He choked me. I'm still a girl at the end of the day.
What provoked him to choke you?
I'm sure he thought I was sassing back or something, but it's exactly as you said.
And how hard did he choke you?
It's not that he choked me hard. It's, what it is I said something that irritated him. He came up behind me and he started giving me a, quote, massage. But he was digging in so hard I was almost crying because he was angry at me. And it was his way of, dealing with being angry at me. And then I said to him, Stephen, really, stop it. That really, really hurts me. And he kept saying, oh, sweetheart, you just got to loosen up. And I said, stop it. You're hurting me. And then he kind of moved his hands up to my throat and just started mockingly choking me.
Yeah.
But it was still...
It was creepy.
It went on a little long, and it was weird.
It's creepy.
It's not like I, lost oxygen, but
it's creepy for a chick.
Take your hand... I'm not choking anybody. You know what I mean?
Stab him.
I did.
Did you stab him?
I did.
Good.
I did stab him. Yes, I had a pen. He wasn't stopping. I had a pen right in front of me.
Right.
And I took it, and I threw my right arm back as hard as I could into his chest. And then,
Matt, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Yeah, how you doing, Howard?
Kathy's here. See her every Thursday night at 8 o'clock at the Laugh Factory, by the way, in Hollywood until the end of February, which is supposed to be a great show because what the heck were you doing there? You were... I forget, what was the routine you were doing? I asked you about it the last time.
Oh, the Mariah Carey clip?
Yeah, the Mariah Carey clip.
I opened with Mariah Carey selected moments from Cribs, which is particularly insane.
She goofs on Mariah Carey's Cribs appearance, which I would go see anytime.
It's genius.
You play the clip.
And then I pause it, and I make comments.
I love that. Matt,
and then we go back to the clip.
I love that. Do that here. Matt, you're on the air.
Yeah, how you doing, Howard?
Hey.
Kathy, you got nothing really to worry about because Steven's a little midget anyway. I went to high school with that clown. I watched him many times get his ass kicked from different types of people, including a couple of girls. So
why
he could definitely take a 2 out of 3.
I think he's kind of like...
He's got that Napoleonic...
Yeah, I like Steven.
That little guy.
I like Steven. Steven's coming on the show later this week and everything, and I got no problem with him, but...
He loves you.
Yeah, I think Steven... I think the whole... even reading about Alec, whatever his name is, getting into a fight with Kim Basinger. I think those guys have kind of
Another homo.
A lot of these guys who love their mothers so much, you know what I mean? Every minute, my mother's charity, my mother,
it's like a more Madonna thing where if you're not acting more Madonna than they...
Yeah.
Right.
I just feel like, and I know this is going to sound really queer, but I feel like Steven has no boundaries or censors at all. And I feel like he almost couldn't delineate between me being a woman and a man. Like, if he's mad at somebody, he's going to... Right. He treated you the same way he would treat Corbin. One of the guys. Yeah.
I think, I know a lot of dudes like this. They're every minute about their mothers. Don't say anything about my mother. I love my mother. I love my mother.
Right,
and
everybody...
Yeah, they're saying... They idolize their mothers too much. Most of them, 99% of those type of guys, hate women.
Mm-hmm.
Just hate them. They love their mothers.
Yeah.
Can't say a bad word. It's like this bizarre sort of worship of their mothers, but they hate women.
Mm-hmm.
Like Casey. Casey has real problems with women, doesn't know how to relate to them.
Right.
But you say anything about his mother or...
he loses it.
Like if I said to you, hey, man, I want to go out with your mother, he'd freak.
Don't do that, man.
And I know a couple of
No one
guys.
should ever idolize their parents too much.
Yeah,
Everyone's
exactly.
parents are human.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, get over it.
Yeah.
And I know
hate
Stephen.
my parents.
Hey, you're healthy.
Hey, Howard,
Yeah,
the only guy you really have to worry about in that whole family is just the Jane.
I don't know her.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. She's the toughest one out of all of them.
Yeah, Stephen did tell a story about when his sister Jane beat him up one time. But I don't believe that she beat him up.
Oh, could be.
Come on.
John, you're on the air.
All right, Howard, what's up, brother?
Hey, man.
Dude, I'm in trucking traffic in New Jersey driving a truck. You got to get this Yenta off the air. I mean, why? Come on, you're kissing her ass.
I love Kathy.
Like this. And
I love Kathy.
Okay, Kathy,
Don't
what was
make
the
me
big deal?
sing a number
What was the
from
big deal of
Yenta, 'cause
Adam
I
being
will.
drunk at the Super Bowl party, and you're blabbing it all over the airwaves?
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's not
dare
proper
you.
in the workplace. No wonder Baldwin wants some of you. Why were you scared to be in the same room with Baldwin?
I
In
would
front of
like
Howard?
to stick my boot
God.
up.
Well, there she told you off, dude.
Oh, she's all talk when he's on the New Jersey Turnpike.
Yeah.
So when he's rolled in on a refrigerator dolly, she changes her
She's
tune.
just a girl.
Yeah, listen, you friggin' Yenta. Listen, what? And you went over to Afghanistan to entertain the troops?
Yes. Yes,
You
and
had
who more appropriate-
sex with the troops?
No.
That's the way I heard it.
It was on a bus in Kabul.
I commend you for that.
I went to Kuwait and Kandahar and Bagram and Uzbekistan.
Man, you are
She's brave.
brave. You're scared of Stephen Baldwin. I'd be more scared of going to
She
Afghanistan.
would rather deal with Al-Qaeda than Stephen Baldwin.
Are you one of
I'm
those people
telling you that Afghanistan was a breeze compared to the Celebrity Mole.
Do you like doing stuff like that?
Yeah, I think it was really great. It was really interesting and educational, and I'm really interested in that region and all that stuff.
You're not afraid to fly. You're not afraid to.
We were at military planes the whole time, which kind of sucked. But I mean, I didn't feel not safe or anything. But when you fly in and out of Afghanistan, you do have to do like these crazy landings that are kind of dramatic. And
Who else goes with you? What other celebrities?
well, here's the thing. I gotta be
Ryan
honest about this.
Seacrest and Alec Baldwin.
No,
Steven.
just like on the Celebrity Mole, which is strictly D-list.
Yeah.
Even when I went on my USO tour, it was total D-list all the way. Even in Afghanistan, I'm on the D-list.
Really?
It was me. It was a girlfriend of mine, Carrie Turner, who's like the 7th lead on JAG.
Okay.
And you know they wanted Catherine Bell.
Right.
You know they
And she ain't going there.
It was this country singer named Daryl Worley no one's ever heard of.
Yeah.
It was some wrestler named Bradshaw who was kind of fat and out of shape that hasn't wrestled in like a year and a half.
Wow.
What does he do when he gets up in front of the troops?
Oh, he does like these rah-rah speeches, but it was very funny because he wouldn't really have his facts straight, and he thought like Saddam Hussein was the president of Afghanistan. He was like, yelling all this like rah-rah stuff.
Like, what does he say? I wish I had a tape of that.
It was hilarious.
Like he's in character and he starts
He's
screaming.
super like rednecky, and he'd go like, "I'm from the great country of Texas."
The great country.
Back in the day in Nazi Italy.
But he would say stuff like, "I'll tell you what you got to do here in Afghanistan. You got to go see your president Saddam Hussein and lift up his wife's burqa and F her in the butt."
Oh, really?
I'd be like, "Wait, what?"
Oh, man, easy. So he doesn't do any comedy or anything, so he has to get up and like talk like a wrestler.
Right, and just like a rah-rah. And he says, like, "You tell Saddam Hussein he'll bring the ass and we'll bring the whooping." Woo! And everybody yells.
We're
And then there
going to
were
give Osama bin Laden a double suplex and a pile driving.
What do you do with a guy like that, though? I mean, is he like that 24/7?
Well, I don't get along with guys like that, and he doesn't have any time for me either.
Right.
And
What
so
guys do you get along with?
I get along with my husband and the dog, so believe me, that's it. That is it.
You know, in a way,
I got to tell you about an altercation I had with the guy from Nickelback. You
And
know that group Nickelback?
you know what? Also, I mean, I got a million things to ask you because I even, am afraid. Like someone said, would you go to a party at Kathy Griffin's house because she has these parties all the time? I said, absolutely not, because
Howard,
she has a party, and then she goes on shows and reports on what you did
that's
there.
why she has the party.
You got to
Yeah.
watch your back. I mean, I'll be honest.
You got to really be on good behavior.
Oh, yeah.
You're a
My question
blabbermouth.
is, how
I love it.
Are you against the war? I mean, how do you deal with Hollywood these
She's not
days?
against
With
any
all
war.
these
Here's the thing.
Wars wrong T-shirts floating around.
I know. I was going to go on the O'Reilly Factor because I actually got a kick out of him. But anyway, he wanted to know how I feel about the war. And my response was, who cares what I think? I said, I'm a comedian.
Good for you.
Who cares what I think? You know what I
Right.
mean? I have the way I vote and all that stuff. But I said, honestly, I'd rather leave it to the experts.
Kathy, let me tell you who cares what you think. My wife. She cares very much what you think.
Well, I'm sure she knows I was only joking.
She's going to care about the bus story.
When a bunch of, as you say, D-list celebrities come out to the troops, are the troops pissed, or they just don't care?
No, you know what? A big part of it is, honestly, it's very touching, and they're actually, I think they were as happy to just talk to a civilian female as they were like a quote celebrity.
Right.
But it's not like they're giant Suddenly Susan fans. Let's face it. It's not like they're saying, "I love the episode where Vicky, gets into a fight in the locker room."
Like a lot of the troops sitting there going, "Hey, who is she?"
The plane door opens up and it's like, who are these people?
Is that all you got?
Yeah.
But they kind of knew me a little bit, because like a lot of the guys knew me from like MTV or something like that. But it wasn't.
They knew the wrestler probably. Not even.
That's not a big name wrestler.
Right, a couple of them knew him, you know.
You should have wrestled the guy.
What? I cannot be getting into physical altercations with men.
What about...
I'm a delicate flower.
Yeah, when you were on here the last time, we were talking about Celebrity Mole, and you said, hey, it was a bunch of D-list celebrities. It's me, Stephen Baldwin, what's the model? Frederique. And Kathy said Frederique is a complete idiot. That like, she's walking around going, to promote Celebrity more, I think I'll just do Good Morning America.
Yeah, I will probably, go on with Diane Sawyer and go on GMA all the time.
Yeah, and like you said, what planet is she on?
Listen to her.
Yeah, I mean, no one's putting her on.
Thrown on.
She thinks it's still happening.
And there's one guy on that show nobody knows.
Who is he?
Which one?
The good-looking guy from Dynatopia. That's what you know. The guy from Dynatopia.
It's sad.
But when you call them D-list celebrities on my show...
Hate me.
They do?
So what happened was we did our reunion show a couple of weeks ago, which, by the way, when I saw Baldwin, he was totally fine and friendly, and, that's the thing, is our feud is kind of fake. Like, I really do think he's very funny and very clever.
But he can snap.
He can snap, and that's the honest truth. And you know that about him.
Yeah.
You know that he's a little lippy.
Right.
But he is also very, very funny, and he made me laugh a lot.
Very clever. Really?
All right.
In a dumb sort of way.
Right.
But yeah, so we went to I went to the reunion, and that's where they shoot the final episode of who the mole is and who the winner is and who the loser is and all that stuff. Right. And yeah, I mean, none of them were just talking to me.
Oh,
but
really?
my favorite thing is Fred was like, you should not call us D-list celebrity, because, I get calls sometimes.
Calls from who?
I don't know, to I don't know what, to do press or...
She doesn't know that she's not happening?
Not a clue.
You gotta be kidding me. She thinks she's a big name.
Yeah. And she thinks she's smart, which is really irritating. One day she said she read me an entire article from the New York Times, and her whole thing is, I read the New York Times, and did you know that women in Saudi Arabia wear veil? I mean, but she'll talk about this all day.
Right.
You sit there going, oh.
And she keeps mentioning the New York Times.
New York Times.
New York Times.
And one article she read.
Yeah, she's very proud of.
She has great cans, though. They keep showing them.
They show her bouncing cans a lot.
Yeah.
Ralph, you're on the air.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey.
Hey, listen, you having Stephen Baldwin on this week?
Yeah.
Yeah, you ought to have his personal assistant and line up some I1.com cash, because I understand he owes, a lot of people a ton of money.
Really?
Yeah. So, hey, for what it's worth, that guy, he's not that great in my book.
Who?
Oh, thank you.
Stephen Baldwin.
Who cares? Okay, thank you.
That was a call of support that I appreciate.
Yes. Very nice.
Let's get back to Frederique's cans.
Adam!
Stephen Baldwin, you're on the air.
Yes, this is Stephen Baldwin. Kathy, could you please tell the truth? I didn't do anything at all out of line.
This isn't even Stephen.
Are you on your medication today? Who is this?
All right, thank you. Yes, go ahead, Johnny.
Yeah, usually I hate Stephen Baldwin because he's a lousy actor and his movies stink. But now I got kind of like a newfound respect for him that he strangled her, because I've been fantasizing about strangling her for years. This guy.
Shut up!
I'm telling you, he would have been a national hero, Howard, if he finished the job and wrang her neck till she was, like another Rebecca Schaefer. I almost hope we go back to you whining about the story now, Howard.
I was with him on the national hero part, and then he crossed the line with the Rebecca Schaefer, and that's when I had to get off that train.
That was Vice President Dick Cheney on the phone. Finally, well, anyway, I commend you for going to Afghanistan. I think that's brave. I don't know. I think that the fact that Kathy went over and entertained the troops takes
it's wonderful.
You know,
it was really great, and it was really interesting and all that stuff. But I just do want to say that many of the soldiers did express to me that they feel very forgotten there, and they feel like it's all about Iraq. And they really are. Every day they're going door to door looking for Al Qaeda, and they were in like a 7-hour gun battle 2 days ago. And I was so impressed. I was even extra impressed with the women in the military because boy, it's so tough. It's so tough for them, and I got the impression that they do have to work 10 times harder than the guys.
Kathy, you should have like given them some incentive, like first guy who finds Bin Laden gets oral.
That would be great. That's good.
I can't say that in the middle of a USO show after the Army band just saying God bless America.
It's wartime.
Why don't you get up like that wrestler? Listen, all you guys, I'm giving you oral if you find Bin Laden.
You don't think Bob Hope did that?
Bob Hope used to say that.
Yeah, it's part of his thing.
I tell you what, and this is the truth. I would like to entertain the troops in Hawaii.
Right.
U.S. I will be willing to go to Hawaii. Let's go to Steve. Steve, you're on the air.
Hey, Kathy, loved you in Pulp Fiction. Thought you were great.
Thanks very much. I carried that film.
Were you in Pulp Fiction?
I have 3 lines in Pulp Fiction.
Really?
Yes.
I don't even remember you in that, but I haven't seen the movie in years.
I'm a very big part of it.
Actually, I did watch it recently. Yeah.
Hey, I've been stuck in traffic for an hour and a half, and I'm glad that I'm stuck in traffic that I got to listen to her. I think she's fantastic.
She is great. She's great. She's a great entertainer. Roger, go ahead. You're on the air.
First I want to say that everybody I know who listens to you and hears Kathy loves her. But one thing I can't understand is why on earth you would possibly want to go to Anna Nicole Smith's party. I mean, they talk about D-list. That was full of D-list, and you're so much better than that. What happened at that party?
I would only guess before you answer that it's great to go to a party like that. It gives you tons of material, right?
It was great. But my mother did call me afterwards, and she said, Kathleen, you don't need to do those things anymore. And why are you with that awful Anna Nicole who's on drugs half the time anyway, if you ask me? And Margaret Cho makes out with Anna. And she says, and what's happened to Margaret Cho? Because we've probably known Margaret for like
That's my question. Margaret Cho confronted me at one of your Christmas parties.
It's true. She wanted to maybe make a connection. That's really true.
Let me tell you something.
She was
Way to go, Adam.
Over you, Adam.
Adam, you are a stud.
Yeah. And there wasn't even a bus.
Between the drunken whores and the bus and Margaret Cho, you're doing pretty good.
Not only that, I wasn't going to bring this up, but at the same Kathy Griffin party, the actress who played in your movie, Howard, the starlet who was in the bathtub with
Melanie
you.
Good.
Melanie, yes,
right.
Beautiful girl.
Right.
Yeah, she was. She wanted to go back to her place.
With you?
Yeah.
Is that true?
It was quite a night. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no joke here. I mean, you're saying she wanted you.
Yeah.
Well, you buried the lead.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. She wanted you?
Yeah, if it's the same one I'm thinking of. She
comes every year.
She was married to some DJ, and they broke up or something like that.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And she wanted Adam?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't witness this myself, but I believe Adam.
Did you go home with her?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. But I banged the bejesus out of Margaret Cho in Kathy's bathroom.
Oh, everything happens in the bathroom.
Kathy sounds like she has fun parties. There's a chick from my movie. There's Adam.
Andy Dick is in the bathroom with God only knows who at any given moment.
Yeah, Andy. What's Andy's story?
Are you guys doing all right?
Yeah, we're fine.
Okay, good.
But what is his story? I mean,
you mean sexually?
Yeah, I mean, he's into guys. I mean, but why not embrace it?
He explained it to me one time like this, which is he said, I like girls who are pretty and just soft and pretty. But then when I'm with a girl, I want a guy. And then all of a sudden I'm wanting to, be with a guy.
Yeah, because gay men all love really pretty things.
Yes,
whether they're girls or men.
Are always ridiculously hot.
Right.
I mean, the current one is insanely beautiful.
He's got a new one now?
Oh, I
no, she dumped his ass.
Oh, yes. She dumped him one time for Jeff Goldblum.
Really?
He calls me crying. What does Jeff Goldblum have that I don't have? I was like, well, he's straight, first of all. Money and power, probably. But
where do you start?
I know. That was a bitter pill for him.
Yeah. He likes girls. Maybe he's got that going for him. Sometimes women like that.
But Andy's always got the gorgeous girlfriend.
As a guy, it's horribly, it's demoralizing to see how hot the young chicks are that he gets.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it kills you.
Father of 3.
The last thing the women get wise. That he's,
Yeah, I think they maybe get a chunk of change, too.
Yeah. Nancy, you're on. Oh, is that right?
I think the women that have had kids with them are kind of taking care. I think he does actually. I don't think he's a deadbeat dad. I think he takes care of everybody.
No,
Nancy, you're on the air.
That score.
Kathy, you are a superstar. I love you. But
Thank you.
You'll appreciate this story.
What?
Frederique is so stupid that a couple of years ago, you must remember this.
What?
A couple of years ago, she was at a club.
Mm-hmm.
She had her ATM card stolen.
Uh-huh.
And she is so stupid, she had her 4-digit PIN written on the card.
I read in New York Times that you're supposed to write the PIN on the card. That is how they do it in Europe.
It was on her forehead.
You know what you ought to do?
Imagine.
A one-woman show, the words of Frederique. Like, just copy down everything she says and then just say it.
Right.
And it would be brilliant. People would think you were a genius.
One time she told me that she read an article in New York Times that you can buy a house kit in America where you build a house yourself for $100,000 and you can put it anywhere you want.
Wow. Yeah, you just plunk it down wherever you like.
Park Avenue or... I go, you mean you can just build this house and put it at the top of Mount Rushmore? And she's like, yeah, that is what's great.
You should have gotten a hidden camera and said, let's go do it. And watch Frederique buy $100,000 and then plunk it down on someone's property.
Well, first of all, it comes in a box and you just put it together like a piece of furniture from IKEA.
Hey, what about...
Thanks for the time, you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. I did have fun on the Celebrity Mall. I know that celebrity isn't very big quotes, but I did have a good time.
You did? I find the show hard to watch.
What don't you like about it? Do you not like the game?
I don't like the game. I don't understand it. I don't care who the mole is. I don't care about any of the celebrities. I don't care about the kid from Dinotopia. I really don't. I don't care. I don't even know what anyone's doing on it. I don't know what the game is.
What is Dinotopia? That's that ride at Disneyland, right?
No, it's like a fantasy, what if we all lived in the time of dinosaurs?
ABC decided to do...
Yeah, it's not even on anymore, is it?
A really big 2-hour movie and then have a series based on like a land where there are dinosaurs, and the effects cost a fortune. They pumped a ton of dough into it. They sent me a tape of it. It is maybe one of the worst things I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's unwatchable.
Unwatchable. The show failed.
Was Marshall, Will, and Holly in that one, or was that something else I'm thinking of?
You're talking about Lost in Space?
Land of the Lost.
Land of the Lost. Moomy, was Billy Moomy in it? Yeah, so the kid from Dinotopia is on the show.
Okay. Hey, and finally, Gary told me that you're thinking of getting a nose job?
Yeah, I'm thinking of getting a nose job.
You got a nice nose.
I feel like...
beautiful.
I thought you had a nose job.
I feel like my nose is growing, which they say happens as you get older.
Well, that's the one thing that does keep growing.
At an alarming rate.
No, wait a second. I feel like you've had a nose job.
No, I've never had one. And I feel like now my nose is getting so big I can actually look down and look at it.
I heard...
I can't even see anymore. I feel like it's obliterating my vision.
I heard she wanted to get a new nose because she'd ruined her old one brown nosing Anna Nicole Smith. Is this true?
Because she's going to take me all the way to the top.
Oh, you're crazy to get a nose job. What happened the last time you got plastic surgery? You had a disaster.
I had a disaster.
You almost lost your life.
Liposuction.
Well, whatever.
When people get nose jobs, it can't nearly be as dangerous as liposuction.
You got a nice nose. Don't even deal with it.
It feels just so big to me. I want to get a smaller one.
Get a boob job instead.
No,
I'm not want to look at your nose. I don't want to look at your nose, rather. Not your news.
She doesn't need a boob job. I'm not getting a boob job.
All right, Kathy, you're terrific.
Oh, thank you.
Despite what maybe a couple of listeners
say.
Sure,
and what Adam will say when you leave.
Right. Adam, you going to badmouth her when she leaves?
I got a lot of damage control to do now.
No, the woman got off the bus and nothing happened. Maybe a little handout, but that's...
yeah, a little hand action.
A little circles, but that's it.
Kathy Griffin will be in Celebrity Mall, Hawaii tonight at 10 o'clock on ABC, and Kathy every Thursday night at 8 o'clock at the Laugh Factory in Hollywood until the end of February. Is the show doing well, Celebrity Mall? Tell the truth.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Do you even bother to watch it?
I do. I watch it every week with like 3 of my gays.
Gays?
Yeah.
I watch my
gays. I have my gays.
Gay women?
No, gay men.
What do you mean you have gay men?
I have my gay men friends.
Those are her fans.
Yeah.
Those are her male fans.
Right, as Adam calls it, my gay army.
It's like a bunch of pet gays.
Yeah.
What is it, Gary?
Kathy was doing a very funny rap in the green room about her series of gay assistants.
Yeah.
And, just why they quit. Like, why did that one guy quit?
Right, like one gay assistant I had quit because he burst into tears that he had to go back on the cruise ship. Because he was a cruise ship singer. And then he tried to get out of the life and come work for me and have a respectable job.
Right.
But B. Arthur
like that's respectable.
Right.
Being your assistant.
What's so bad about being the cruise ship singer?
Well, he was, because, he was never home, and he wanted a little security. He thought that Miss Griffin would provide that, and they do have to call me Miss Griffin.
Right.
And then he found, that he got the calling again, and B. Arthur was going back on the ship and doing a tour, and he was going to sing backup for her.
That's what B. Arthur does?
Yeah.
She sings?
Yes. She has a whole, she's an entertainer. She's got a whole
cabaret act.
She's like a Susan Anton, where one of those where she sings and does little.
How pissed would you? No, she's not like Susan Anton.
Yeah, really. Come on. She has banter and funny songs.
How pissed would you be if you paid for a cruise and the entertainment was, mutiny? I'd jump off. It'd be like Titanic. I mean, you find out that Beatrice Arthur is the cabaret singer.
The gays love her. The gays love her because
really?
she's a little older, little randy lady.
A little tortured. Yeah, that's why they love her.
She's a man. Because she's a man. That's right.
I think she has a penis. That's why they love her.
I think it's a drag queen show.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're allowed to hire gay assistants because your husband probably feels more comfortable with you with gay men, right?
You mean than a hot girl assistant?
Well, than a hot guy assistant who's heterosexual.
I had a couple of hot guy straight assistants. They don't have the eye for detail that the gays do. They just don't have it.
So you have a lot of gays working for you.
I have a lot of gays around me.
Well, how I need them. Others. You lost that one to the cruise ship.
Yes. And then, I lose a lot of them to musicals. A lot of them want to go do a musical, that's maybe going on a tour.
What's that one that your assistant...
My assistant is in Blood Brothers.
What's that again?
Blood Brothers is a musical about two brothers from the wrong side of the tracks. That, it's a big gay musical.
And he's your assistant?
Yes.
It's a big gay musical.
But he's got his other life in the musical as well. Because I realize with the gay assistants, they can't, it's not just about me.
I guess Kathy's real big with gay guys.
I guess.
I didn't realize that.
I love them.
She was telling me
those are my peeps.
She was telling
me worried about them getting AIDS on your forks and stuff like that.
Stop it, Adam. Ridiculous.
All right, look, we got to take a break. Kathy.
Thanks so much.
Great seeing you. You got a big schedule, I'm sure, here in New York.
Sure.
What is your schedule?
I'm off to do Caroline Ray.
Oh, that's a successful show.
Yeah. Gee, I hope we get to see it.
Someone told me you're developing a pilot for NBC.
Yes, I am. Based on my life as a D-list celebrity. What's Casey doing? He's got some busy work. Casey would never cut it as my assistant for 5 seconds. Let me just say that.
Well, he's gay. That's a start.
Artie's doing some pilot for NBC based on the fact that he's a D-list celebrity.
Well, we'll just have to duke it out.
All right, well, we'll see. Yeah. All right, we got to take a break. Kathy Griffin, go see her at the Laugh Factory. Watch her on Celebrity Mole tonight. We'll be back right after these words.
And now, a touching Rosh Hashanah greeting from the Howard Stern Show.
I think the Jews are money-pinching bastards who've been raping our people just along with everybody else. I think you're a bunch of bagel-eating, penny-pinching, ignorant motherfuckers who don't have nothing good to say or do for my people.
Happy holidays. The Howard Stern Show.
Hello, I'm Lauren Holly, and you're listening to the one man in the world who is funnier, sexier, nuttier, and scarier than Jim Carrey. Here he is again, the next man in my sights, Howard Stern.
Who is that?
That's Lauren Holly.
Oh, really?
The ex-Mrs. Jim Carrey.
Wow. Hey, Adam.
Yeah.
I didn't know Kathy was at your wedding.
Yeah, she was.
I forgot you cried at your wedding.
No.
Dude, you were crying because you're going to be with that girl on the bus. Did Kathy say anything funny about Adam's wedding?
No, I just thought it was weird that she was there. I didn't know they were that friendly for them to go off on that whole tangent and, embarrass Adam like that.
Well, I went to her wedding, so it's like one of those things where, someone invites you to their wedding, so they got to go to your wedding.
If you cry at your wedding, imagine how you're going to cry at your divorce. That's when you're really going to have to give something up.
Yeah, no, she's a dear, dear friend.
I still can't get past the fact that I had to give away half my money. I cannot get over it. I'm in therapy over it half the time.
That's what you talk about in therapy?
Sometimes. I still can't get over that. I worked for the money.
Dude, there's times, I swear to God, you don't even know it. Sometimes you mumble it in here.
I know. I mumble.
You do. I've seen you, rummaging through your bag going, I can't believe I gave away half my money. I swear I'm not making it up.
I cannot believe it. I just can't. I'm in shock that I got...
You know the one that hit me hard, what you said one day that really hit me hard, that really brought it home, was that you said, I gave away my future, my security. In other words, this was your retirement money.
Exactly. That was my Holocaust.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Wasn't that bad.
No.
You might be a little charred around the edges.
I'm a survivor. I had numbers tattooed on my wrist.
You must have, like, really lost a lot of money.
Yeah.
Me, like, it wouldn't be that much. I wouldn't care as much.
Yes, you would.
You'd be hit harder than Howard.
Dude, let me tell you something.
I wouldn't. Like,
yes, you would.
You know what? Let me tell you something. When you're out hustling every day, which I know you are, you know, people can goof around. I know you're
really hustling.
You're working every weekend. You're doing all kinds of stuff. Some of it fun, some of it not so fun.
Yes.
Because, you know what, a lot of people would like to just slack off on the weekends, and I know you're not doing that. I'm telling you, dude, when you got to hand over half your money, it's frightening. Because you're the one who hustled for it. It almost makes you wish you never hustled.
But see, you got to understand something. You were in a position where you had enough of it, where half was enough.
No, let me tell you something.
John would get...
The guys who get really hurt...
He'd have to give away more than
the guys who make under $100,000 a year. Because if they manage to save $30,000 in the bank after 9 years of marriage, and they finally have a house, even though their mortgage is up to their ass, suddenly they get out, they got no house, and they got maybe, if they're lucky, $10,000.
But wait a second.
They're starting over.
When you have 2 children, okay, there's 4 of you in a family, husband and wife and 2 children. When you get out, you're not giving away half. You're really giving away 75%.
Absolutely.
You got to take care of the kids. You're giving half just to the wife.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but you're free.
But you're free.
I'm not, listen, if you're in an unhappy marriage...
You used to say before you did it that the reason divorce was so expensive was because it's worth it.
Yeah, well, listen to me. I ain't saying, listen.
That's what you used to say.
I am saying that that young guys who get married have no idea what they're signing in terms of a contract. I think people are starting to get the awareness that you're signing a legal contract that says you will lose half of everything you work for, regardless of your situation. If you make $10 billion, you've got to pay $5 billion.
But let's say this. There's a guy who decides he's going to get married.
Right.
And then he's going to have children.
Yes.
And the wife will not work. She will not have an income.
Right. Right. Go ahead.
And then they decide to get a divorce.
Go ahead.
What is she supposed to do?
She's supposed to get a settlement that will take care of her and the kids.
That's what they're doing.
Who's to say how much is enough for that?
Right.
Well,
should she have to change her lifestyle that she's been
No, I don't think she's
gotten into?
If he has to, she has to.
I think
but suppose there isn't any need to have a lifestyle change if you split it right down at the middle.
No, that's wrong.
Why?
And you know what? Let's put it this way. Let's say you had gotten married. But reverse the situation.
I don't do those things.
You're smart because you understand the contract.
But I don't do those things. So
if my wife
I'm asking about people who do.
Okay, if my wife and I got divorced, right? Just say, she doesn't need satellite TV. She doesn't need high-speed internet connection.
But she's gotten used to it.
She doesn't need...
No, but these are things that, like, in other words, if she went to the lawyer, she would say, well, listen, I need $5,000 a month to run the house. And he would say, why? Well, the satellite bill is $80 a month. Where does it say you get massages? Where do you get that? And then what they do is because I hear friends talk about this all the time, they run it through, like, the kid's clothing. And you say, okay, the kid needs a new jacket, but the kid needs a $100 jacket, not a $500 jacket. When you're married, it costs you $100 for a jacket. When you're not married, it's $500 for a jacket.
But, there is injury there. Maybe the person who's asking all this stuff didn't want a divorce.
Okay, Robin,
maybe they don't, but what, someone's going to be forced to live with them?
Then
but you got to pay to get out.
What happens when it's the guy who's
it's not a fair contract.
It's a guy who's madly in love and the woman leaves. The rules aren't any different.
Right, the guy still pays.
And that guy's injured. Where's his payment?
Well, then he should just stay.
Yeah, stay with someone who's cheating on him?
Yeah.
Bob, you're on the air.
Hey, Howard. The only thing worse than getting divorced is trying to get a prize from the Stern Show, because Stuttering John won't give me the freaking prize you awarded.
What prize?
So what's up with that?
What prize?
I like Dennis Cruz. He says I don't want it. So, then I'm not
What's going on with this?
Ignore him. This is a regular caller who's a wacko.
You gave me the
Hey, don't use the S word.
That's what you said. You're so full of it, John. You just don't want to give it to me because you know me. I'm not lying.
You know what? We have his number. They're looking into it.
No, he's not. John's a freaking liar.
This is that guy Dan Howard.
It's a big deal.
What is it?
It's hard to understand this guy lies so much. It's hard to tell what the truth is and what isn't. I can't figure it out.
He first said that he didn't want the prize.
He said he didn't want the prize.
You just were on the air last week saying that you told us that you didn't want it. 3 or 4 times. You're so full of it, John.
And he's also impossible to talk to.
It isn't coming out of my pocket.
Well, let John finish the statement, and then I'll listen to you.
All right.
I thought you said last week that you initially, when you were on the air and won the prize, you said that you didn't want it. Is that not true?
No. I joked about it, but I do want it. And Howard said if he couldn't give me that, he'd give me something else. Obviously, in the middle of January, when it's like 20 below, Maybe you don't want to be on a boat. Maybe they don't even have a cruise at that time of year.
So you know what?
So don't even confuse the issue with that crap.
So we'll put you on hold. We'll take your name and number, and we'll give you the boat cruise.
No, you're not.
You're getting a boat cruise.
You're jerking around.
No, I'm telling you.
I'm not jerking you around. I'm giving you what you want.
I got you. This is the first.
You said you didn't want it.
This is the first I'm hearing of this whole thing, but I know this guy in general is difficult, but that doesn't mean he doesn't deserve a prize. I know. Give us your name and number. I'll put in the.
I don't even know that this guy won a prize.
Yeah, we don't even know.
We'll check into it.
You're cool with it. I think it's just them. Because I know that you're not.
He's impossible.
Why
don't
think
I
care
about
who gets
a prize? No, we do. We care.
I care who gets a prize.
I'm saying, we really, would I keep a prize away from a guy like it's coming out of my pocket?
Look how defensive John is. That's how you know he's lying. Just look at him. Look. I mean, if he was telling the truth, he wouldn't be so defensive.
See, what this is really about is this guy just loves, the longer he stays on the air, the happier he gets.
This is the guy that wrote the unauthorized biography about
him.
Big freak.
Okay, he's gone. I got a
compromise, fellas. Why don't we just put him on that dinghy those 4 teenagers were on in Long Island Sound? And
how about we don't put him on a dinghy, we just stick him in the river?
Did you hear the latest
divorce?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Did you hear the latest on that story, the dinghy story?
No.
Yeah.
The operator she was a rookie, right? So she put in for address. She was trying to get the call through. She kept putting in Long Island Sound.
That's all she heard.
But it kept kicking it back because she didn't. The computer doesn't know where Long Island Sound is. They need a street address.
Right.
No, she didn't hear City Island. Which is where their location was.
So she asked the person next to her, who's been there longer, what should I do? And they said, just log it. You just log it and we'll take care of it.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
so that person gets suspended.
She apparently called the supervisor, and the supervisor didn't know what to do either.
Well, you got to figure who's working at 911. I mean,
but if you can't hear, they were on a boat in the middle of the water, and they were under distress, and they were screaming. But she couldn't make out City Island, and she couldn't make out anything else. They said that might have given them a clue of the location.
She couldn't, but you have a tape of it. You bring in a supervisor, people who work there.
The supervisor was brought in.
But did he listen to the tape?
I don't know. That's a question
sounds like he
for
didn't.
The supervisor.
They would have been long gone, right?
They say that, but it would have been nice, especially if you're the parents of those kids, to know that 911 had sent somebody down there to investigate when they got the call. Russell, you're on the air.
Yeah, Howard.
Hey.
Hey. I want to tell you about the divorce and see if yours is, you think yours is still real bad.
No, I just think every guy's divorce is bad because every guy has to give up half his money.
Well, I give up a little more than that.
What'd you give up?
Okay, what happened with me is I wound up getting the divorce. She got the house. We had 2 vehicles. She got the new one. I got the used one. And then to come find out after the divorce is settled, and I had my retirement plan because I retired from a major telephone company. After I got my divorce and I went for my retirement plan so I could get the extra money out of that, well, that check was cash. She was also awarded my whole retirement.
And you didn't know that?
It's legal? Yes. No, we weren't allowed to file that. They said that was mine because that was for my retirement.
See, who's to say your wife couldn't go out and get a job, too, and make her own goddamn retirement?
That's still not as bad as Howard only being left with $50 million.
I love you guys because you tell these women not to work, not to struggle to have a career, and until you're tired of them or get rid of them, and you say then, go out and find a job.
That's not bull.
Who's telling them not to work?
I didn't say I'm telling anyone not to work. And
yes,
not only that,
you did.
No, wait a second. When you have kids, your wife shouldn't work.
You said you're not working now.
I don't have a problem with guys paying for their kids and their ex-wife. I'm saying how much is enough. And that's something you've agreed with me, at least in private, about.
I don't know how much is enough.
Okay.
Can't they project what your wife would have made if she followed her career?
No, you see, because that's not fair either.
That's not fair.
She's never going to make that.
Because she's never going to make that kind of money.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
And this is something I've always tried to figure out. Has the money that you...
I'm saying that before anyone can get married, a person has to sit down with a lawyer and bang out an agreement with their wife. It's got to be mandatory.
And what does the agreement say? It can't say anything.
Everyone's individual. Everyone's got to do their individual. For example,
would you have said if you're in your 20s?
I would have said, look, here's what I think.
But you wouldn't have. You know what the problem is?
That's
back
right.
when you were 20,
no.
This didn't even. You wouldn't have thought of anything.
Then I would have gotten an agent. Because here's what you do.
It never dawned on you when you were 20.
It didn't dawn on me because you don't think about stuff like that when you're 20. When you're 20, you're naive. You think the rest of your life sounds like maybe 5 more years. You don't think in terms of...
And that's why we're saying at 20, you wouldn't have said what you're going to say now.
Right. That's right. And so that's why it needs to be explained to people, taught in school, that you're about to enter into a legal contract where everything you earn, I don't care if you have a newspaper route. You have to give 50 cents of the dollar to the other person in the marriage, whether you're gay, whether you're straight, whether you're... You, from now on, whenever you go to work, you owe that person, whether they lift a finger to help you or not, 50 cents on every dollar. Now, once that's explained, then they say, sign on the dotted line. Now, when it's presented that way, you say, wait a second, legal contract, I've heard you're supposed to get a lawyer when you enter a legal contract. Right. Most people don't. So then they would go to a lawyer and say, listen, I'm about to sign a contract. Does this sound dumb to you? I'm about to give away, every time I go to work, every time I drag myself out of bed, every time I do something, I got to give away 50 cents on the dollar. The lawyer might say to you, well, if you're going to ask your wife not to work and you're going to have children, it sounds fair. And then you go, it's fair? Okay, fine. 50 cents on the dollar. The lawyer might say to you, you know what? 20 cents on the dollar sounds a little more fair. Since you're being asked to pay for some services here. If you went to hire a housekeeper, which is essentially what we're talking about here.
That is not necessarily the same thing. She doesn't just keep house.
I'll tell you something, Robert. If you went to buy a house, if you took a job...
everything's a legal contract.
If you took a job, would you say, well, pay me what you want, and if anything happens, we'll just figure it out then?
If you went to hire the best nanny on the planet, the best nanny, Mary Poppins.
The manager,
hold on. Decorator, please.
Two more jobs there.
Decorator. I hired decorators. Mary Poppins.
Pay her. She supervises all of that.
Mary Poppins.
Absolutely does.
Mary Poppins is the greatest nanny ever was. She could fly with an umbrella. At the most, you'd have to hire Mary Poppins. I don't know what they paid her. Let's say you paid her $200,000 a year to fly your kids around. That's way too much. It's very generous.
But she did speak English.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Howard.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. The going rate for a nanny right now, Howard, is about $2,000 a month.
Okay, so bump it up to $4,000 a month. Call it even.
So that's $48,000 a year.
There you go.
There should just be a ceiling, like a box you check when you make more than $200,000 a year, and that's the maximum. Doesn't matter if you make $2 billion a year or $201.
You know the greatest
dollars a year.
You shouldn't get married if you're not willing to pay the price.
A doctor. Well, yeah, exactly.
Why is marriage a price? Why do you have to pay a price?
Exactly.
If you break a ending contract, it should cost a lot of money. I think it's supposed to be for life.
If you break if you break any other kind of contract, you break a contract
those
with a company,
contracts
you
don't say for life.
You don't pay
those contracts don't say for life. This one says for life.
That's right, and I don't think people understand the contract.
And why is it so unromantic, Robin? If the guy says, "Hey, can we sign a contract?"
I didn't say it was unromantic.
Who said it is?
Well, yeah.
How come you didn't sign one? What's wrong with you? I thought you were a smart guy.
Because
you should know.
I don't think my wife would ever rake me into the coals.
Yeah, I know. You have to believe that.
What are you kidding me?
I'm telling you.
You think your wife's going to walk away and just take whatever you decide to give her when she knows she's entitled to more?
I think that if it ever happened, we would settle it out.
She'll let
me ask you something.
That I know it sounds naive, but I just,
John,
you're naive.
John,
your wife
who ripped off these other guys? It was their wife.
Yeah, John, your wife is in a cult, the cult of John, and once she gets out of the cult and she gets into the cult of lawyers and friends, she's going to be a different person.
Yeah.
It's not her fault.
Exactly. No lawyer's going to let her be in the cult of John.
Every guy here was, if they were ripped off, they were ripped off by a wife.
Plus, Howard, I am one of those ones who think that if I would have said it to my wife in the beginning, she would have just been repulsed by it, that I would actually say that.
So?
And I got a friend, this guy at Atlantic. He sent, his father's a lawyer. His father sent his wife the prenup. His wife to be. The wife said, "No way am I signing this. I'm not gonna get married if I have to sign this."
So what happened?
So so she didn't sign it, and he got married because he wanted to marry her.
Why would he get married?
Because this guy's got a lot of money.
But why would he marry someone?
Hey, Howard.
Of love.
Love. You know what? I could love you. I don't have to sign a bad contract with you.
See, but you're in love now.
Absolutely.
After the fact of what happened. For guys who are in love before that happens, no one believes it's going to happen to them, especially when they're in love.
Right.
What would Mary have done, Gav? She
wouldn't have signed it.
Yeah.
Not a million years. She would have been like, "What are you talking about?" First of all,
between you and me, your wife would have signed it.
What, to split the $40,000 a year I was making?
No, she would have signed it. She wanted to be Mrs. Gary Dell'Abate.
I don't know. You know what?
See, you guys have no faith in yourselves. Listen to this.
You're right.
This is what you hear. Yep. You guys have absolutely no faith in yourselves, and you sign everything.
Listen, I should have done it in the beginning. I should have said it
You get your wife to do everything. How could you not get her to sign it?
Because it's just not. It's just I think it's.
Let me tell you, if your wife won't take you over the coals, why don't you have her sign one now? Since she doesn't care.
Do you want to call her?
I'm not going to call her.
You still can't ask. Look at you.
Since your wife doesn't care about money, why wouldn't you ask her now to sign one?
John,
because she cares about money.
John, let me paint you a little scenario. Everything is hunky-dory now. Everyone's in love. The bloom is still on the rose. And then Kathy Griffin comes on the radio and starts talking about some bitch you're in a bus with in San Diego. You know what I'm saying, brother? It could happen.
Adam, are you pissed at that she said that?
No, but I am gonna have to do some work.
You know what? Adam came in here today laughing at you.
Wait a second. Adam, is your wife 2 rooms away right now?
Yeah.
Did you wake her up during the break?
Did I?
Yeah.
No.
Her friends already here.
I don't want to anger the beast.
Hey, Howard, I got a personal question for you. This is a very highly personal question. I can see how upset you are about the money you lost, and I've always wondered, did the money that you lost, has it affected your lifestyle, or is it just the sting of the work that you did?
It's a psychological thing. Right, okay. Someone has to get past.
And that's what I'm talking about. It didn't affect his lifestyle.
But there's nobody on this planet that I don't hold any grudge against Allison. I think that is the divorce laws, and that's the way it's set up. I don't hold any grudge.
So you're not mad at her. You abide by the laws. You're mad at the law.
That's right. I'm mad at the law. I don't think that young guys who get married understand the idea of a legal contract. You know, it's a funny thing. When I first got into radio, of course, nobody wanted to sign me to, let's say, a contract. But I got taken advantage of so badly. I didn't know what I was doing. I know at 18 you're supposed to be a man and know everything. Guess what? You don't. There's a lot of sophisticated 40, 50, 60-year-old guys who've been around the block who see an 18-year-old and take advantage of them, not only in business, but in every single way in life. And I suggest to you that it's every parent's job to sit down with a son, with a daughter, and say, look, here is what's going to happen. You're about to sign a legal agreement. Nobody sits there and explains exactly what the legal agreement is. I know in my radio career, I got terribly taken advantage of. People would do terrible things to me. And I didn't know. I didn't know any better.
But the one thing about the marriage contract is they do tell you it's a contract for life.
Yeah, well, I'm suggesting...
One thing they tell you.
I'm suggesting a lot of people don't know what that means when they're 18, 19 years old.
And, Robin, you still haven't factored in what happens when it's the woman who's decided it wasn't for life, and then you still have to pay through the nose.
Right.
It's still a lifetime contract, and women have to pay in certain situations as well. It all depends on who's making the money.
1% of the time a woman pays?
Who's making the money? Most men are making the money.
Go ahead, Lewis. You're on the air.
Hi, this is Lewis. I have a friend of mine. He's been it's a year and a half of divorce. His wife was caught cheating on him. Photos, surveillance, tape recordings, you name it. She's getting the house. She's getting half of all the finances, plus he's got to pay $5,000 a month.
Where is the justice in that? And this poor slob probably got... How old was he when he got married?
I think, he was married 14 years. He's 35 now.
21.
21.
He's 11. Oh, okay.
Right? It's unbelievable.
Right.
And the judge said, in this day and age, adultery is acceptable.
Yep.
Hey, you guys got rid of fault divorce. It's no fault now.
I don't think any of us in this room got rid of fault divorce.
Oh,
Howard.
Yeah, go ahead.
Howard, I don't want to bring the show down, but I'd like to make an observation. Remember at the end of Lenny Bruce's career, he would just go on stage and read his court transcripts?
Are we in that area?
I think we've passed that.
All right. Okay. Then we're gonna drop it. Maybe you're a good barometer.
But you're saying nobody in this room. Guys, look in the state legislatures, look in Congress. It's men. Men make the laws of this country.
You know what? Men make the laws, and...
But then why do the women get as much as they do when they're...
Because men are jerks. I don't know why that all happened.
I bet you men didn't make the laws. Lawyers made the laws.
Yeah. Men who are lawyers, they don't even have a penis, men who are lawyers.
They're geldings.
Yeah. Speaking of men who are lawyers, Dominic Barbara, what's your rap?
Well, first of all, we still have fault divorce in New York. If you don't agree, if both parties don't agree, one has to try to prove that they have sufficient ground.
Yeah, and then guess what? You have to hire a lawyer for $10 zillion and go to court. So Dominic gets all the money.
Well,
it ain't worth fighting. Just lay down and take it.
And after 33 years of doing this, and I've done over 6,000 divorce cases.
You become very rich.
Men do better than women usually in divorce cases, whether you accept it or not.
Men do better.
Yes. The exception is the poor guy earning less than 60, 70, 80 a year. Howard's right.
That's who I'm talking about.
Right, but if guys are making $1 million, $2 million a year, the wife may end up with $350 a year out of that. The husband ends up with much, much more.
No, I don't get that. I don't know how. I wonder what planet they're living on.
Dominic, how did you make out in your last divorce? You did okay?
He had a prenup.
Oh, really?
Of course, he's a lawyer.
No.
He's a lawyer.
In my last divorce, my ex-wife and I were very fair with each other. And
did you have a prenup?
I can't talk about that.
He had a prenup. He told me he had a prenup.
But I don't fight.
You don't, wait a second. You're not even allowed to talk. You're a divorce lawyer. You're completely savvy on this stuff. You had a prenuptial agreement. Your wife had to take whatever you gave her.
That's not true. And her lifestyle hasn't changed at all.
Okay. This is silly. Goodbye.
You just hung up on Marlon Brando?
Yeah. Ridiculous. Guy's got a prenup. He's sitting talking about.
But yeah, you know how his bother how you know when he says that when he goes to Atlantic City he'll only play the $10 tables at blackjack.
Excuse me.
What?
I play a $10 table.
Yeah, because
that's where I play. You sat with me. You know what I play for.
You sit on the air. You only play blackjack with $10.
Wrong.
I can tape of it.
What do I play blackjack for? You've been to Vegas with me. I don't sit at a $10 table.
No, but you know what? You have said on the air that
I told you that I have a respect for money.
Yes. So
to see a guy dropping $10 grand a hand is disgraceful.
I'm saying that's why it must kill you about losing so much money.
It's not about... Get out of my show. Get out now. Leave me. Leave me alone.
More than $10.
You don't know what I play more than $10 a hand, stupid.
Well, you've said on the
All right, whatever I've said. You haven't sat with me? You don't see what I bet?
No.
Get out. Get out. Get out of the show. Get out. Get out of here. I hate you.
When are you going to Vegas, by the way?
Leave me alone!
Aren't you going to Vegas soon, Howard?
We don't know.
We don't know yet. I'm having a meeting tomorrow about it.
Hey, can I say something funny, though, Howard? When you first got divorced...
I don't want to talk about my divorce.
Let me alone.
When you first got divorced and you were saying, I lost all this money and everything, I was worried for you for a couple of months that you weren't going to be able to live.
No.
But I couldn't tell.
I was not in that situation. It's upsetting for any guy. And I told you, it's worse for the dude, as Dominic just said, who makes everyone leave me alone.
But did you hear what Dominic said?
He said the dude makes up better.
Get off better.
Right.
Yeah, well, guess what? Not all of them.
You didn't change your lifestyle. End of story.
I wish to hell Mr. X would sue you for palimony. I really do. I'm going to talk to him. Where is he, Mr. X?
Oh, my goodness.
He's working up a palimony suit. I know it. Mr. X, that's my hero. I can't wait till half of that Quivers fortune is gone.
Sure.
Because he hung out with you and banged you a few times.
Somebody left me a voicemail and called him Stedman.
Or did you cut the horse in half, or does he just get one whole horse and you get the other horse?
Oh, man. Anybody want to hear Ralph Sorella on divorce?
Oh, what do you know? What does he have to contribute?
What do you want to contribute quickly?
First of all, don't you think, especially in this day and age, and I think you're kind of saying this, if you're stupid enough to get married, you should pay. You have to pay.
Yeah, because by now everybody knows. By now everybody knows.
Yeah, it's no shot. And these guys are, like Gary is so dying to get married, so she married him, so he should have to pay for it.
But listen, this is coming from a guy who could only legally get married in Hawaii.
Hey, Howard, though, too, seriously, don't you think Allison, you needed to get married?
Yes, absolutely. I'm not saying I wasn't in love. I'm not saying there's anything wrong. I'm not talking even specifically about Allison, about my marriage. I'm saying the divorce laws in this country are way out of skew. That most guys don't know what they're signing, and they're naive.
Though, that if somebody had sat you down and explained all of this to you, you still would have done it.
That's why the laws need to be changed. People are insane.
Well, I think what Howard's saying is instead of leaving it up, you know how you have to wear a seatbelt whether it's your idea or not?
Right.
When you get married, you have to have a contract.
Don't leave it up to me.
Yeah, but
you know what? Me, I wouldn't even wear a seatbelt. I don't even believe the hype. But because I don't want to take it, I wear the seatbelt.
But when you buy a house, you have to sign a contract. Right. You have to.
Right. And they make you get a lawyer.
All right, Lenny, let's get to the news.
All right. Thank you. Robin, what's in the news?
Oh, my goodness.
I hear Fred scrambling for your news thing. Cabby reunites with his mother on E! Tonight. That's the big news. Oh, here's some news. Let me start the news, because I don't know if you have this, Robin.
What?
Okay, this is out of New Jersey, Mercer County. There's a murder trial going on, and they're picking a jury, and the guy who is accused of the murder, his lawyer is saying no one is allowed to ask whether they are fans or foes of the Howard Stern Show. Now, listen to this.
Wow.
Here, let me explain it to you this way rather than read a whole boring article.
Okay.
Because according to Adam, I just bored you with divorce conversation. All right, here we go. Defense lawyer is saying, actually, I kind of explained it wrong already. The defense lawyer is saying, look, I don't want anyone on the jury that listens to Howard Stern because Howard Stern is a racist and a piece of garbage.
What kind of a trial is this?
Murder trial.
Okay.
He goes, I don't want anybody listening to anyone who listens to Howard Stern Show won't be able to fairly judge my client.
Oh.
So the judge said wisely, you know what? Oh, wait a minute, maybe he wasn't wisely. Oh, wait, no. Judge Paul T. Koenig, Jr. disagreed, however, and told Bowell that jurors would not be asked about... I got this all wrong here. Hold on. I'm not... My reading comprehension's off today.
Is there race involved with the trial?
Let's see. Let's go through it. The defendant, Malvern Lewis. Yes, race is involved. The defendant, Malvern Lewis.
That's a white guy?
Is charged with stabbing to death his ex-girlfriend's new boyfriend. Lewis's lawyer, Gerald Boswell, doesn't think anyone who is a fan of a racist and sexist like Stern should sit in judgment of his client. Judge Paul T. Koenig, Jr. disagreed, however, and told Boswell that jurors would not be asked about Stern prior to qualifying them to serve. The judge is right. He's smart.
But wait a minute. Why did your name come up at all?
I don't know.
The lawyer just brought it up?
Yeah, the lawyer said, I want to know if they're Howard Stern fans. I don't want any Howard Stern fans sitting on my jury. And the judge said, what does that have to do with anything? If you listen to Howard Stern, doesn't mean you...
Doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
About that case.
Isn't that weird?
Just means you're a divorce expert. That's all it means.
But at the defense lawyer's request, the judge agreed to ask all prospective jurors if they regularly watch TV cop shows as CSI and NYPD Blue. What's that about?
What does television have to do with any of it?
None of this. The guy's just throwing up all kinds of weird crap.
There's too much blame put on TV and radio and all that crap. Anyone that's not retarded can make their own decisions.
Well, maybe I'm not retarded. Yeah. I can't make my own decisions. Hence the bad contracts I signed. Lewis was charged with murdering his girlfriend's boyfriend. I don't know why you would need to know if you're a Howard Stern fan, but that came up.
I wish somebody would dig into that. I wonder what the show had to do with this case at all.
Nothing. That's what the judge said. This has nothing to do with anything.
Well, you think your show has more racists listening to it than other morning shows?
Yes, I do.
All right, then.
Well, let me ask you something. Maybe somebody was listening to something in the I don't know how it was introduced.
He just doesn't want anyone who listens to my show would be a bad person to sit on the jury. Which is fine by me. I don't want to do jury duty anyway, so... You just go in and tell everyone that you're a Howard Stern fan. That might get you out.
Because your fans would be sitting there going, jury duty. He said duty. and then laugh maniacally for like 20 minutes.
What else is in the news, Robin?
Oh, my God.
Besides me.
Right. I was going to say there's a wonderful article about Britney Spears on page 6. But now you throw everything into question with your story, that the story about you on page 6 is not true.
Well, I probably believe the one about Britney Spears. What's it say?
Everything else is true.
Everything else is true, but the one's about me.
Well, it says Britney Spears has had 3 guys in 2 weeks.
Yeah, she's a young girl. She's dating. But,
you know, my thing is this Fred Durst. How bad does he look going on the Internet writing notes about how much he loves her and... telling reporters how much he cares about her. Meanwhile, she's kissing everything that moves.
Yeah, you know what, Gary, we ought to get Fred Durst on the air and ask him, what is he having, a nervous breakdown?
It says Britney hooked up with Colin Farrell now.
Who's that?
He's the guy who co-starred with Tom Cruise in Minority Report. He's going to be in The Recruit with Al Pacino. And Heart's War with Bruce Willis. And he's just... making a swath across this country. He just freely admits, I'm into casual sex. I come into town, I bang, and I leave.
Nice.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of guy he is. They say that...
that's my credo, too.
Even though you're married?
Yeah. I roll into Dana Point on a bus. I see Kathy Griffin, I bang, and I leave.
Right.
Spears, they say, pounced on him at the Troubadour, where they were listening to some Irish folk singer. And she just joined his chain-smoking crowd, and the witness says that Brittany looked to have had a couple of drinks. Colin looked to have had a couple of drinks. He saw Brittany looking a little woozy, and he went in for the kill.
Nice.
Started lip-locking all over the place, and then they left together.
God bless alcohol.
Well, is Fred Durst dating her, or what's going on?
Fred Durst has been with her. In fact, he flew out to the Sundance Film Festival to spend time with her.
There must be some good poontang if you're flying out to the Sundance Film Festival. That's a lot of boring movies to sit through. Hey, now.
They say the Sparrow dude has been linked to Demi Moore, Josie Moran.
Demi Moore is so hot, and Josie Moran's even hotter.
Yeah. And, a few other people.
Boy,
that you would know.
How about Demi Moore and those Charlie Angels promos? Holy mackerel.
I haven't seen those.
What a bod on that broad.
I'll tell you, I would like to smell that Collins penis. That would be enough for me.
Meanwhile, with Demi Moore, I read something about her and Chris Rock in the paper the other day.
Really?
Yeah.
Look at
they
this
said
guy.
they weren't going to say they were on a date.
And he's married, right?
Chris Rock is married.
Yeah, so it's bad to date when you're married, right?
Evidently.
They see a movie together.
Oh.
And she was laughing giddily at everything he said.
Yeah. Funny how he comes to life for Demi Moore. What's doing with Chris Rock?
I don't know.
I don't hear from him anymore. I don't think he's got anything going on.
I think maybe he's out there working on a movie or something.
He's making horrible movies lately, isn't he?
And that's always
made horrible movies.
Yeah, it's a lot of work to make with that many horrible movies.
Yeah, there are apparently a lot of horrible movies to be made.
Do you think he could ever recover from all... If all he needs is one hit, he knows he's going to try till he has one good movie.
Yeah, he'll fall into something.
Yeah. What he's good at is stand-up, man.
But his time is running out with these movies, don't you think? How many more flops can he have?
I think 5.
5 to 7.
5 to 7 flops.
The over-under 6.
He's making a movie now that he wrote where he's going to be the President of the United States.
Yes, I heard about that. Billy Joel is recovering from his injuries, and in Page 6 they say the reason, I guess, that he was alone in that car, everybody knows he's got a new girlfriend now. His girlfriend was away on business in Los Angeles or something, so they expect her to be rushing back to take care of Billy.
Nice.
Meanwhile, everybody's speculating that Christy Brinkley is going to take some legal action.
Against Billy?
Against Billy because he's had a couple of accidents in the last 7 months.
And she doesn't want their daughter driving with Billy.
She says her daughter was in the car hours before this accident occurred.
So what about her? She's out crashing helicopters every other day.
Right.
Yeah.
He should just countersue. He should say, you know what? Our daughter came driving helicopters with you. Yeah, okay. We got to take a break. We'll be back right after these words.
Monkey, mama monkey, mama monkey, mama monkey, 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 mama monkey, mama monkey, mama monkey, 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 brush your teeth, you horseshoe jackass.
You're listening to The Howard Stern Show.
You're listening to a man who isn't afraid to use the word penis often. Howard Stern.
Back to the news? Excuse me. I was just listening to tapes of Carson Daly and Dave Chappelle discussing me on the Carson Daly show.
Oh, really? What did they say?
Nothing really
interesting?
No. I mean, it was very nice.
Yo.
I don't know that you would want to hear it.
It was just good for you, your ego.
Howard Stern is the man.
Yes. Thank you, Dave Chappelle.
Well, I don't know if you stayed up late enough to watch the President's State of the Union address.
Hell no.
You don't know? You don't want to know what the State of the Union is?
I know his address. No, I don't. You know what? I would have watched it if I was awake, but I had to get to sleep. I got a job.
Well, isn't it important where the country's going? I mean, it's one night.
Yeah.
The President was on, and he gave a rousing speech about the economy and about Iran.
Okay, had everyone grunt. Oh, wait, I didn't get Adam up on the mic.
Oh.
You there?
Hello?
Adam's just screaming and it's...
Excuse me.
I just dropped about 10 minutes of A material.
It's about time.
Sorry we missed it.
Yeah. The State of the Union thing, it's like they have Arsenio's audience out there. It's like he says 2 words and everyone applauds and hoots for like 10 minutes and then he clears his throat and then everyone applauds again. It takes too long.
Yeah, the Congress becomes the dog pound.
So what did he say?
Yeah.
Well, he said Saddam Hussein is not following the rules laid down by the United Nations. Here he is, D1.
Hold on, having a problem.
Saddam. Almost 3 months ago, the United Nations Security Council gave Saddam Hussein his final chance to disarm. He has shown instead utter contempt for the United Nations and for the opinion of the world.
You know what he should do? If I was the president, every once in a while I'd say something so absurd just to see if people would applaud.
Are listening.
Yeah. We're going to decapitate all of the men in the audience. I am disbanding the presidency, making myself king.
Republicans would be all right with that.
I shave my pubes. No more bald vagina.
It is sort of like American Idol. You know, the president's speaking and they always go to his wife to look at the reaction, like they always go to the families when the kids are singing on the show. They look up in the stands to find the wife.
Adam Carolla is my lover. Thank you.
These are serious times, and the president can't be goofing around. He says the United States and its allies are winning the war against terrorism. D2.
There's never a day when I do not learn of another threat or receive reports of operations in progress.
Really? Don't tell me that. I'll never fly.
Yeah, you're going to be holed up in your apartment.
You're not kidding.
Or given order in this global war against a scattered network of killers. The war goes on, and we are winning.
And by the way, do you talk to your therapist about your inertia?
What do you mean?
Your inability to fly on a plane and...
Oh, we can't even get to that yet.
Oh, yeah.
We have so much...
talking about the divorce.
I'm only up to 2 years old now. I haven't been on a plane yet. Inertia, man. I can get it up.
What? That's not what inertia means, you nutcase.
No problem there.
I hear it's just all talk about divorce and the Green Lantern. Is that true?
The Green Lantern.
No time for Green Lantern.
Here the president says we're not ignoring North Korea either. Had some strong words for them. D3.
Today, the North Korean regime is using its nuclear program to incite...
Nuclear.
I know, he can't even say the word.
I hate when a guy can't say nuclear. Nuclear.
Fear and seek concession. Today, the North Korean regime is using its nuclear program to incite fear and seek concessions.
I also want to say Kelly Clarkson is a little pig. Thank you. Look at that. They applauded everything. What else you say, Rob?
He said that there has been major improvement in the terrorism, the way terrorism is being tracked. D4.
Since September the 11th, our intelligence and law enforcement agencies have worked more closely than ever to track.
Good, and let the CIA go in these countries and do crap. Dirty tricks. Fool people.
And disrupt the terrorists.
Good. Let's get dirty. Let's play dirty. I believe Bush will play dirty. I do like that about the man.
And we got to take the gloves off, America.
Thank you. Thank you for saying that. I was afraid to. The statement about the gloves, I mean. Yeah. Go ahead, Robin.
The thing that really amazed me was I hadn't even heard about this before, but the president was talking about a hydrogen-powered car.
Yes. And an invisibility ray.
Oh, stop. This is for real. Yeah. Somehow you put the interaction between hydrogen and oxygen makes the car go, And then all it expels is water, so there's no pollution with this car.
Well, let's see it.
And
the streets will be flooded, though.
No, but I mean, that's a great idea. Where is it already?
It would untie our hands with, this whole foreign oil thing.
Everybody's so busy with this internet and streaming video. Somebody invent a hydrogen-powered car.
Let's get to work on that.
Let's get busy, America.
The Republicans seem to be in lockstep with the president. They seem to like everything he said. But, of course, the Democrats have to rebut. And the rebuttal was offered by Governor Gary Locke, a Democrat from the state of Washington. He says that the president's economic policy has been wrong, and he's blaming the president and Republicans for putting this country in a financial hole. D5.
2 years ago, the federal budget was in surplus. Now this administration's policies will produce massive deficits.
This guy's Chinese, by the way.
Is that a problem for you?
I'm just telling you.
Over $1 trillion over the next decade.
He's still a person.
President Bush says, like, you know what we could do? We could get a hydrogen-powered car, and it's great. I mean, it's like saying, why don't we learn to eat paper instead of food? Then we wouldn't have to have farms.
Let's make the car run on water.
And right now we need oil, and guess what? We need Iraq. What is it, Ralph? What'd you wake up early today?
Or did you not go to sleep?
Yeah, I was up at the crack of 9.
Yeah. What's up?
Hey, you know what I think is kind of funny is like these women getting back to divorce that you can't get rid of, like Christy Brinkley. She's busy at the accident there taking pictures.
Yeah.
Well, she does have a daughter with the guy she's worried about.
They got divorced 16 years ago. She's still involved in his life.
She's still involved. Can't somebody else take pictures? I mean, it's a
why? That's
story.
her work. She has no work to do.
Yeah.
But she has time to take pictures of Billy Joel's car.
If you have a kid with somebody, face it, they're going to be in your life the rest of your life.
That's the worst thing.
It's funny. Billy has to pay for the film and the processing.
Of course.
He already bought that camera.
Poor Billy's in the hospital. His wife's taking pictures with a camera he probably paid for.
Hey, listen, before you hang up on me, can I say something about Jimmy's show?
Yeah.
They need Adam bad.
Oh.
I agree.
Very nice of you.
I agree, by the way.
Yeah.
It's a good show.
Well, last night was, like...
Painful?
Painful.
I have not seen it yet.
Because he's a good guy and he's funny, but he just doesn't have, like, a personality to host a show. He's too laid back.
One of the things I noticed, though, is the guests aren't mic'd very well.
Well, the guests are horrible. Yesterday it was Tammy Faye, some weird Tammy Faye Baker. Who even knows her anymore?
Goodness.
What do you mean?
Some weird ghost lady or something who was jumping around, and Snoop Dogg, who's no fun anymore because he's not high.
Right.
So he just sits there like a lot.
Yeah.
And they got this
all
this stuff going on, but nothing, they're not doing anything.
I like when Jimmy goes to Snoop Dogg and Snoop has nothing to say.
He's asleep.
I never saw Snoop not have anything to say.
He's as laid back as you can be. He's almost sleeping on the show.
Adam, any talk of you coming in?
Yeah, they have him co-hosting all week.
No. Adam, how soon are you going to be brought in or what?
What time is it? No, there's no. Jimmy's doing a great job. The show looks good. It's
he's doing the best he can. I mean,
finding its legs.
I love Jimmy.
First week.
Yeah, it's the first week. You got to be fair to him, though.
Yeah.
I like the snow episode.
Here's the thing. Here's the truth about my partner and sometimes lover, Jimmy Kimmel.
Yes.
He is one of the smartest guys I know. He's one of the funniest guys.
Oh, you know what? Let's go back to talking about my divorce.
Award show.
Yeah, and Adam was what?
And he has not hosted a show of this scale before, but he is good at everything he does, and he's a good student, and he's a quick learn, and in a couple of weeks he'll be running it no problem.
Give it time is what he said.
I think Chevy Chase is sitting home laughing at him.
Adam needs it to do the show to do badly for a few weeks, so they'll bring him in.
Adam, you're feeling kind of good about it, aren't you?
Yeah, truthfully, yeah. We're not on the air, are we? No. Here's the deal. Guys like Chevy Chase and Magic and Rick Dees and guys like that, they don't have the comedy chops. I mean, they're not that funny. And they're not going to go anywhere. They're not going to be any different in the 5th week than they were in the 1st week or the 5th year. Jimmy is a truly funny guy, and he just needs to get acclimated. And once he gets acclimated, look out, America, and then look out, world, because Jimmy Kimmel's coming.
Yeah, but
and I'll be right behind him holding a cup of coffee.
But
poor Chevy Chase lumped in with Magic.
Can't they give him some good guests?
Well, Magic.
What's that?
It's the first week of the show. Can't they give him some guests?
Yeah, that would be nice. But you know, these goddamn publicists, they're such pussies. They don't want to book anyone on anything new, and they're all cowards. And it's really, I really hate publicists, and it's all their fault. And America should know about this scourge.
Can we talk about divorce?
Yeah, because I mean, this is getting close to reading transcripts.
You're not kidding. Let's. This is your Lenny Bruce moment. Your defense of Jimmy. Jimmy's a good guy. We wish him well. That's all there is to it. That's it. Let him do what he has to do.
I like the show.
That's right.
I like that snow episode where they just kept dumping that fake snow.
There you go. That's good. Do that every night.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Robin.
Senator John McCain had a little problem with the president's speech, even though he is a Republican. He says Bush is not making the right choice when he puts Iraq before North Korea in his priorities, E4.
The administration has clearly decided to put the Korean crisis, and it is a severe crisis, on the back burner while...
See, if I was Senator John McCain, I'd always appear in a tiger cage to remind people that this dude was in Vietnam, locked in a tiger cage for 5 years.
Yeah.
He should always appear in a tiger cage.
And people get on him for using the gook word, but you know, if you were locked in a tiger cage for 5 years, having a sharp bamboo put up you could use gook once in a while, couldn't you?
He's allowed.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Robin.
You're not going to let him finish his statement. I wonder why North Korea is a bigger problem.
All right, I'll listen.
The administration has clearly decided to put the Korean crisis, and it is a severe crisis, on the back burner until the Iraq situation is taken care of. I think that's a mistake.
He never even tells you why.
I don't know why.
Well, I'll tell you why. They look more like Vietnamese.
Yeah. McCain just wants to get rid of anyone that looks Viet Cong. Yeah. That's all.
Oh, my goodness.
He was trying to attack Lucy Liu the other day.
Larry King Live.
I said, Senator, you must understand she's American. I don't give a rat's ass.
She looks...
He went after the Iron Chef last week, too.
She looks dangerous to me. Tariq Aziz, who is the Deputy Prime Minister, I think he did stay up to watch the President's
I hate
State
that
of
guy.
the Union address.
I hate Tariq Aziz. That's the guy who speaks for Saddam Hussein. I can't wait till we invade, and if Tariq Aziz lives, he's going to be a cab driver in
He'll be
France.
driving your cab.
Yep.
Iraq won't give in to the threat of war. E1.
Shall we surrender to the Americans because they mean to be evil to us, you see? We must surrender to the American...
You know how Israel feels when all those the PLO statements come out.
Yeah.
Like, you know, hey, they're convincing the world. Wait a second.
I like the threats, though. They're not doing the threats anymore.
Well, wait a minute. He will fight to the last bullet if necessary.
I'm 67 years old. Expect me out.
Really? You look 65.
The whole my history as a militant and as an one of the Iraqi leaders, to go to an American prison. To
bring it on, a-hole.
Go to Guantanamo.
Come on, let's go Guantanamo right now.
I would prefer to die.
Good, because you're going to die. Guess what?
They're going to fight to the last bullet, but they got 8 bullets. That's the problem.
What is it, Michelle?
Hey, how you doing?
Hi.
I'm calling about the hydrogen-powered cars that you were mentioning.
Yes, and what about the invisibility ray that the president didn't mention?
Well, that's next week, but the hydrogen-powered cars have been around for a long time.
Yeah.
Nissan and Hyundai have already funded some of those, and...
So where is it, Mr. Scientist?
Well, they are made in Connecticut. United Technologies has a company that creates them.
So what's the problem?
Well, I have
how
a feeling
fast can
that
they go?
I think the oil companies and electric companies don't want to see it happen because these are used in Alaska to power their post office.
How big are your jugs?
Yeah,
not very big.
Yeah, you know what? You know what I want? I want a hydrogen-powered car. I want a decent masturbation machine, something that's not so
Well, you should have given the State of the
Here's what I want. Here's my State of the Union address. I want a hydrogen-powered car, masturbation machine, and...
They've been clapping for you every 2 seconds. Never mind every 5 seconds.
An oral for the whole country from Susan Sarandon.
Well, they've been around. They're used in the spaceships. They're used all over the place. And
are you hot?
They're not being put out there because I think the oil companies are squashing it. They're not getting the support they need.
Well, now the president is behind them.
I want an X-ray vision machine where I can wear the things and see through girls' clothes.
It is a global conspiracy. Are you shaved downstairs?
Oh.
Do you take anal? Thank you. Yes, Robin, anything else in the news?
Yes, Hans Blix is here with us. He's the UN Chief Weapons Inspector.
Is he hot?
He is giving information to the UN about the way the inspections have been going. And he says Iraq has not provided proof that it has or doesn't have chemical and biological agents. E3.
If there is any anthrax or VX left, then I think that should be presented to us, and it should be...
I want to hear about Joe Millionaire. This guy bores me.
Anyway, that's what's going on in world affairs, and the president was given high marks for his speech last night.
Was he?
Yeah, I think people thought he was very presidential.
That meant the people who liked it were high. There's a little transcript there.
Got to take a break. We'll do the local news, the entertainment news, when we get back.
You are listening to The Howard Stern Show. You're listening to a man who has Down syndrome of the penis. Howard Stern.
Earlier I said I was on the internet at that ifilm.com. And they have a video of Carmen Electra from, I don't know when she recorded this song. It seems like she did it a long time ago, but the song is horrible. But, man, the video's hot. And then I mentioned it, now I can't even get back on to see it. Still can. It's completely clogged up.
All morning.
But the song, I have a copy of the song, and it really is bad.
Because I wanted to hear the song without any video to accompany it.
It's very bad. It's very bad. I'm sure she... wants nothing to do with it. But the video's got naked chicks, and she's in a bra and a short miniskirt.
A video like that.
Yeah.
Is she at a strip club?
No, it's not. It's like before. I think this is older. But you got to see the video. And they got it on this ifilm.com. They're not a sponsor of mine or anything. I don't even know who they are, but it's pretty hot.
2, 4, 6, 8. If I told you I want somebody, then I would give it to you, baby. Or we could try it.
That's Carmen.
Baby, baby.
Is she singing it?
That's it. This is the way it goes.
Don't talk. I'm close.
Closer to your body. 6, 8. Oh, I can hardly wait. 5, 9. I gotta make you mine.
When you're watching the video, she's a musical genius because you're like, oh, my God, this is the greatest song ever. Then I heard it without, like, looking at it, and I was like, oh, my God, this is terrible.
The song's called 2468, Adam's About to Masturbate.
Jumping, baby.
You're experiencing, actually, this song the opposite of how it was designed to be experienced. You're supposed to see the video with no audio.
Right. A little higher. Ooh, yeah.
How's that? 2, 4, 6, 8. Hoodoo.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, I like it.
The way you play the game, baby.
I like it. I like it. She didn't even try to sing.
No. I thought she was some kind of a singer.
Wendy the retard sings better.
At least she tried.
That's something, huh? But I'm telling you, go watch the video. It's a whole different experience.
Now see the video. You'll like it a lot better.
I think she's incredibly beautiful.
Yeah, she's hot.
Really hot.
The other day I read some article that said that plastic surgeons had voted Elizabeth Hurley as having the perfect face.
No.
I was like, why her?
If it has my spew all over it, it's perfect.
Yeah, it looked like one of those rocks out in the ocean that the seagulls crap on.
That is perfect.
Great jugs, though.
Yeah?
Yeah.
They say she's dating, the other day they had an article in Page 6, she's going out with some married dude.
Oh, yeah?
Worse luck with guys.
Married dude?
Yeah, still married.
You know, everything in that Page 6 is true, you know.
I believe it.
Yeah, I believe it, too.
I used to believe it.
You'd like to believe it. But they're making it difficult for you. You think you've been ripped off? Listen to this. This woman, Joanne Zansky, believes that a psychic ripped her off.
Yeah, well, guess what? She did.
Kept selling her magic wands to take care of her problems.
Right.
And she's bought several magic wands to the tune of $5,400.
Wow.
Uh-oh.
And
got a moron here.
4 months of these magic wands, she started to think they weren't working.
Where's this woman from?
Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, or wherever it is.
She initially caught on when she saw the good humor stamp on the side of one of the magic wands. 7 million popsicle sticks in her apartment now.
She finally called her sister and she said, I don't think these magic wands are working. And
well, maybe she didn't pay enough for them.
Sister said, you better go to the police. But the police don't know if any crime was committed.
No.
Because she paid for it.
Of course. It wasn't like she said this is something else. She said it's a magic wand.
Right. The woman sold her the magic wands and told her the price, and she bought them.
She's not using it properly. She should watch Harry Potter. Those kids do amazing things with those wands.
So I hope, somehow her magic wand starts to work. And this guy's a pretty lucky guy. He was driving down the street, and he got into an accident, and he was ejected from his Jeep. And I guess he flew up into the air, and he grabbed some wires. You know how these wires strung across the road?
That was Billy Joel's kid.
Yeah, and what happened?
He hung
electrocuted?
there for 25 minutes. No, he didn't touch a live wire.
Wow.
He luckily managed to get wires that didn't have any current going through them, but he had to hang there for like 25 minutes.
You're telling me the guy got ejected so far up that he could grab like telephone wires?
Yes. That's what I'm telling you. Maybe it was over a ravine or something, and the wires were just there.
I always wondered how, sometimes you see shoes up there.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
People get ejected up there.
I thought kids threw those up there.
No.
I was wrong.
No, the people in car accidents.
Well, the guy had to hang there for 25 minutes before they could get him down. And another guy who was in the accident with him, I guess, came over and was talking to him. He said he was very calm. He actually used his cell phone and told the guy to turn off the car and all kinds of things. Wow. And the guy who actually it happened to, he said, God must have been with me, because who could be ejected from a Jeep and survive?
Yeah, but what God would eject you from a Jeep?
Maybe he figures he ejected himself and God saved him.
These God guys never do the math. They got to go back one more time and figure if God was with you, you'd just be at your girlfriend's house in Connecticut. You
see, God loves Jackass, the movie. He wants to see cool stuff. Anything else, Robin?
Well, there is some showbiz news going on here. Kate Hudson has a movie coming out called How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Okay, that's the daughter of Goldie Hawn.
Yes. And here she tells us the mistakes women make that send men running. A2.
A2? Brute?
A2 Brute.
All right, let me see here. Hold on, I messed up again. All right, everybody ready? Okay, here we go.
Name his penis.
Wait, whoa.
Name his penis. And
whoa, what does that mean?
I don't know. What is she talking about? Name his penis.
Wait.
That makes
name
the guy
his penis. And call his mother. Dress up his apartment. Always.
What the hell is this?
She's done a movie about a woman who does everything she can to make a guy go away. And these are supposed to be the things that will make a guy leave.
Name his penis. And
I think even a penis would keep me there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if it's Godzilla.
Call his mother.
Yeah, call my mother. I wouldn't have to do it.
Dress up his apartment.
That doesn't turn me off.
Always wear pink.
I like that.
Cry while having sex. That's one of my favorites.
That might get me a little
Would
depressed.
that bother you?
Yeah, that might bother me. I've had that happen to me.
Well, but it's like you're...
Senior in high school, and this is the second chick I ever banged, and after we finished... She didn't even know we finished.
She finished. She didn't finish.
No, I finished. She started to cry. She started to cry and said, I don't know why I just did that. And, and I need to call my boyfriend up in Albany. And I was like, no, you don't. My dad will kill me. My dad will kill me. She's going to build Albany. Get out of my house.
These two shouldn't be having sex.
No, it was bad.
What else does she say will turn off a guy?
I mean, personally, I think that when it's love, and you can't do anything that could...
She knows. She's 20.
You know, I mean...
She doesn't even know what turns off a guy. You know what turns off a guy? Stinky private parts. That's about it.
That's the only thing?
Yep. Right? Is that the worst, Adam?
Yeah, it's pretty, it's right on up there. Yeah.
And yapping too much.
That's right.
There you go. That'll make it on you.
That's right.
Good going.
Thank you.
Hairy nipples turn me off.
Yeah?
I don't like hairy nipples. They turn me on.
Get rid of hairy nipples.
You tweeze if you're a woman. I've learned that. Ooh. You tweeze. You have to pluck them out.
Really?
Yeah. It's not as bad as, because I've asked women. It's not as bad as you think it is, but it looks bad.
Yeah,
I think it would be horrible.
That sunflower look's a bad one.
Yeah, it's a sunflower look. A woman who farts louder than me, that turns me off.
Vince Vaughn is in a new movie. It's called Old School and opens on February 21st. And here he shares his preferred way of meeting women and dating.
I usually just like to meet someone out at a bar, really, and have a drink and see if you get along. I think sometimes, you go to dinner and you don't know someone that well. It could be uncomfortable for either party. So,
right, he can't find a woman?
Just kind of...
He's setting him up on dates.
Yeah, he just goes in and says he's Vince Vaughn.
Yeah, isn't that all he has to do?
He doesn't need to bother with the drinks and the roofies and all the other stuff these guys have to mess with.
You know how I like to meet women?
How?
I like to go to a club and compete with Carson Daly.
You have to take Carson Daly with you.
I like to go to clubs, and I say to Carson, all right, you take a bottle of vodka, I'll have a bottle of champagne, and let's see who can get more women. And that's how I like to do it.
I see.
Yeah.
Well,
because according to the newspaper today, that's what I like to do.
That's your method.
That's my move.
Bridget Monahan is in a movie. It's called The Recruit. That's the one with Al Pacino. And here she talks about working with Big Al.
At the table reading, it was like...
Oh, my God, at the table reading, he was amazing.
He floated above the table.
Yeah, he doesn't even sit in a chair. He floats because he's Al Pacino. Oh, let's listen to this ass-kissing session.
Like the Pope coming in, and it's oh, my God, and...
He blessed me with his smoking purse.
His first time reading, and he's, such a legend and a veteran of this business, and, you just feel like you don't know what you're doing.
We're sitting at the table read, and all of a sudden, there's this glass table, and it starts to melt. I realize he's melting the glass with his eyes.
His sack sweat smells of patchouli.
But all my scenes where he was my teacher, so I could always sort of remain in that place.
Is there one of these actresses with enough dignity to say, he got coked up and tried to F me in my trailer?
No, instead he lactates crystal champagne.
Yeah.
Cristal.
He invented the hydrogen-powered car.
Some lepers dropped by and he cured them at the table read. Like the average American knows what a table read is.
Right. Elizabeth Hurley. She has a movie called Serving Sarah.
Table read.
Now on DVD.
Yes.
That's the movie she did with Matthew Perry.
How'd the table read go?
She says Serving Sarah was deliberately made to be a light comedy. B3.
The table read, it was very light.
Sometimes it's great to go see a movie with a great message. You go out and you sit and talk about it. Sometimes I kind of...
She sounds like a barrel of laughs.
Oh, yeah. Like just being made laugh. And you have sort of, an hour and a half, 2 hours in a theatre and come out sort of a little more...
It's a face that eats some bukkake.
Yeah, and I think...
What?
When you only have an hour and a half to laugh, you gotta make time,
Sometimes it's great to go see a movie with a great message. You go out and you sit and talk about it. Sometimes I kind of like just being made laugh. And you
have an hour and a half.
Why don't you turn your head and cough?
With a nice off.
Here she talks about wearing skimpy outfits for the movie.
I don't know, most girls tend to feel quite self-conscious in...
Not me, I'm perfect.
Normally short skirts, you have to pull down all the time, and tops you have to pull down over your stomach, and straps you have to pull up. I kind of hate all that, which is why I wear jeans every day of my life.
I see.
I'd off her hard.
Matthew Perry worked with her, and here he is about working opposite Elizabeth Hurley.
I began to drink heavily after 2 weeks of working with Elizabeth Hurley.
She was really funny. I'm really excited for her for this movie, too, because she's able to...
Isn't it like one of the worst movies ever made?
I'm sure it did. I don't even recall this being in theater.
I love all this askism.
Show, comedic things. And women.
I'm happy for her. She's going to do some comedic things. She's going to laugh her arse off. Anything else, Robin, please?
Yes, finally, something else that's come to the DVD store near you is The Banger Sisters, which stars Goldie Hawn.
You should have been at the table read. Goldie Hawn is sitting there and has diarrhea, but yet it smelled like spaghetti sauce. It was so delicious.
It was a loft riot.
Yeah.
Susan Sarandon. This is what she does when she's not making political statements. Here Goldie says her life when she was in her teens and 20 was very unlike her character in The Banger Sisters. See one.
I wish I could say I drew from
Ooh, Goldie Hawn sounds like a man. What happened? I wish I could say I drew.
Knowledge or experience, but I didn't. I lived
Isn't that cute little giggle?
What happened to the girl who was always giggling?
My voice changed.
Satan has taken over her body.
Here's Susan Sarandon to say she didn't know Goldie Hawn before working with her on this film.
It took a while to get the script where...
Hey, bring me my hormones.
And in the process of all those meetings...
I like the serious Goldie Hawn. God damn.
I wish I could say I drew from knowledge or experience.
I liked her laughing when she'd giggle.
Yeah, she was in that bikini.
giggling.
She had flowers all over her. It was great.
I don't like the serious Goldie Hawn much. I like it when she's funny. I like her when she's young. There's no use for her now.
Well, I understand that she and Kurt have finally gotten engaged.
Good.
And that's what's happening.
That's the good time to do it. And you can't walk. Hey, Adam, thank you.
Hey, Howard, always a pleasure.
Nice to have you here. Artie, I guess, is coming back tomorrow, and Adam was good enough to be here with us today.
Yes, that was very sweet of you.
See the new season of Crank Yankers premiering March 4th at 10 p.m. on Comedy Central, and I suspect he'll be showing up on Jimmy's show very, very soon.
Very soon. I think he's going to be Jimmy's sidekick in a moment.
No, but I am going to be guest hosting in a couple of weeks, so you can look out for that on Jimmy Kimmel Live every night at 12.
See Kathy Griffin in Celebrity Mall, Hawaii tomorrow night at 10 o'clock. Tonight. This is a wrong plug. Tonight at 10 o'clock on ABC, and see Kathy every Thursday night at 8 o'clock. The Laugh Factory in Hollywood until the end of February. Cabby reunited with his mother tonight on E! A reunion show. Finally, we have one on E! Tonight.